All right. Earlier, when people saw me coming online, that was. Or are we online? Now we online. When people saw me come on a little early, I hit the live button by mistake. I hurry up and clicked off of it. So that's what happened with that. But I appreciate everybody joining us in the chat. Tonight, we're going to talk about this particular topic. I think this topic is important. Now, of course, this topic is not going to be for people that is deep and entrenched in their mental slavery. There's nothing I can really do for you. Now, you probably can listen and change because words have power. And I've changed myself many ways because I've heard certain messages. So hopefully you could change. But if not, well, there's nothing I can really do. Okay, we have a hello from London. I'm seeing that there. Also tonight, moderators, if someone comes with their crap, get them out of there, because I like to have a conversation with the people or look at what they're talking about, and we don't need these trolls showing up at all. I mean, of course, they're going to come because they have nothing else better to do. They can't contribute, but it is what it is. Oh, so yeah, I like that. No patience tonight. You doggone right, no patience. We ain't playing around here, because when people come and watch the show, they don't want to see all that trolling and all this other stuff. And I never understood when people did that. So we will get started here. I'm letting a few more people get in on the show, and we'll get going in about another minute or so. What's going on, ma'am? D, Mobile, Alabama, the Brown Girl Network. I see her there. Asiatic Black Man. Oh, that's a good name. From Baltimore. I heard y'all had some police get arrested out there. Canada. What part of Canada? I heard people been telling me Alberta got some white racist devils in Alberta. Vegas. Well, I need to go back to Vegas. I ain't been there in a minute. San Francisco Bay, I have not been out there either. Atlanta, Georgia, Colorado. Oh, I need to get out there to Colorado too, because I heard it's nice out there. Alaska, oh, I think it's too cold up there for me. I ain't got too used to that Texas heat. North Houston. Oh, okay. What's going on in North Houston? No, I have been to Vegas. I just ain't been in a minute. Oh, you ain't been to Vegas. Okay. Chicago. The Netherlands. Syracuse, New York. St. Louis in the house. San Antonio. I was just there about 2 weeks ago. Greenville, South Carolina. Myers, Florida. Memphis, Tennessee. The UK. Jamaica, Spokane, Washington. We're just having a bunch of names. Colorado Springs. Oh, I go places. I just don't announce where I go, because I don't want y'all knowing where I'm at. I'm not that kind of person. I don't be posting my location. I'll be saying, I'm going over here. I'll never do that stuff. I'll tell you after the fact. Fort Worth, LA. Been both of those places. South Park. Oh, you're right there in Houston, huh? Okay. Oh, you're right there in Galveston? Okay. G-Town. All right, well, we in it. I want to thank everyone for joining us tonight on the show, taking up your time. I really appreciate that. I also thank everyone who has joined us on the Patreon page. We did a Patreon member live stream, and those of you on the Patreon got to see that. The people on Patreon, we do it a little different. It's not so formal. I'm not dressed up. I'm just very relaxed. And we're talking, and, I asked for critiques. I asked, what could I do better? We'll talk about direction of the platform, things like that. Now, I will not discuss those sort of things on the public version of this show. So if you would like to be a part of the Patreon, if you're not on there, we're trying to get to the point that we have 3,000 patrons on our Patreon. That's like our main goal with Patreon. We're not there yet. And I ask everyone, if you want to join for a minimum of $5 a month, that really helps us out because we are independent, and independent don't have mainstream money. So we definitely work hard to do what we're trying to do. It's not about, some people say, well, why you do multiple videos? Sometimes it's not the quantity, it's the quality. I'd rather make 1 or 2 good videos than 10 videos just to say I put up 10 videos. So we always put that inside of the comment section. And, I don't think y'all know the link, patreon.com/adviseshow media. We probably put that up later. If some people like to donate during the live stream, I heard you can do that now with the new YouTube super chat. I don't know what it is. I've looked more into it on that. So let's talk about the topic and what inspired that topic. Well, what inspired this topic is a few things. Is all these videos that we've been seeing of this forgiving that a lot of these black people are doing when there have been victims of crimes, when they have their family murdered, when they have their family beaten or ostracized. They're the one is doing the forgiving, not the perpetrator. You remember the video of the guy that got sucker punched at the Trump rally. He's the one going to sit up there and forgive and hug this racist guy. Now, everything I'm talking about has nothing to do with white people. Let me put that up front. This has nothing to do with white people because from what I see, they don't make you forgive them. They don't make you need their validation or their love. I don't see them making you do it. This is something you kind of doing on autopilot. And I know you're doing this because you're people in the past and kept doing this stuff for generation upon generations. And this has been the status quo for a lot of people in the black community. So this is something that's been taught for generations to have need a validation to forgive white folks no matter what they do and have a special love for them. The validation part came in with these award shows. I recently saw the Grammys. Now, I didn't watch the Grammy show. I've been boycotting the Grammys and the Oscars and put that up there. Only time I'm gonna watch that unless you point out a performance, and I'll go watch that performance only. I would never watch those shows. I've been saying that because to me they're boring. But when you had the situation happen with Beyonce and Adele got up and say, I don't know why I'm getting this award when Beyonce should have got it, which she should have. But people were very upset. And then I look at the talent of Beyonce and I'm like, why would that award have anything to do with her talent, record sales? Everywhere she went was sold out. But yet they didn't want to give her an award. Now, I know why they didn't want to give her an award that time, because they were retaliating for the Super Bowl performance. Trust me. What she did at Super Bowl pissed off a lot of people in white America, period. And they couldn't stand to see Beyonce, the black person they love, just turn around and be so militant. They couldn't stand to see that. And what I liked that Beyonce has been doing, I love what she's been doing. She has been taking it up a step further. She kind of like doing like I do. When you attack me, I'm going to do more of it. Like, it's best to leave me alone with it. Let me just go off and just do something else. So the more you attack Beyonce, it's like the more she's getting deeper and deeper into things that she considered black. Now, at the Grammys, she came out as African goddess Oshun. And I saw that and I'm like, wow. I was tripped out when I seen that outfit and what she came out in. And you know who popped in my head real quick when I saw that happen? And y'all probably gonna think about it. Katy Perry. Not the outfit, but Katy Perry will be the main one trying to go look at some African goddess and try to mimic that. You know, she tries to mimic everybody's culture, Asian culture, black culture, everybody, you know, that argument about the cultural appropriation, but she's big about that. I don't know why she popped up as the first one that probably tried to copy Beyonce with that. Then the Oscars situation that recently happened. You know, for the past 2 years, they've been having hashtags say Oscars so white. And a lot of black people was upset for the past 2 years at the Oscars. So they didn't give black people an award. Well, now this year, They decided to give black people a few awards, and now you're so happy about the Oscars. You were saying 2 years in a row you're going to boycott, not watch this show ever again. They so racist. You can't stand how they are. But then they just give you an award, and then you're happy. And that's why I say it goes back to what I talked about in my video this week. You cry today, but you'll love me tomorrow. And that's why these people do not have any kind of respect for you. It's because no matter what they do to you, you're going to go right back to them. So this has been weighing on my heart a lot about black people. And it is a stumbling block for black people because I look at other groups as well in relation to these group of people. And I notice that they'll play the game to get what they want, but they really don't like them and what they do, but they just do what they play the game. We actually, as black people, you're still invested with them like you're on the plantation. And you to understand during slavery, we talk about the forgiveness. They would tell a slave, well, you know, I whipped you because you made me whip you because you didn't do what I told you to do. So it's your fault why I whipped you. It's your fault why you're bleeding. You made me do that. And they still say that to this day. Well, he made me shoot him. He made me beat him. She made me do this. She made me do that. If she would have been acting right, then maybe I wouldn't have done that. And there's a lot of black people have taken that same old slave mentality and they have grafted that within our community. You know, just like how they teach white mediocrity to their people. And you know they teach it because you have like the Confederate flag waving devils. They were in their 20s. And yet they didn't grow up during Jim Crow or none of that other stuff. So that stuff is taught. That stuff is passed down. Well, in the black community, we pass down the slave mentality. We pass down that we need the validation of white folks or we not anything. We pass down a love for white folks that we don't even have for ourselves. Think about this. You will forgive and love white folks all day long, but you won't forgive and love me. You don't question white folks for nothing, but you'll question me. They can cuss you out, slap your face, beat you down. And you're going to say, oh, he was just having a bad day and maybe it was my fault. But let me do it, I'm dead. This is what happens. And I can honestly say the majority, I have no problem saying majority. The majority of black folks are this way. Some maybe more than others, but the majority are this way. I was reading the comments before this got started. And I knew I hit a button with a lot of them because they were justifying it, trying to say, well, you know, it's not validation. Is it like all kind of explanations I kept hearing? I've had other people that's come in who are people of color was talking about the award shows and stuff like that. And they get more money. And the lady, I think she's probably there now. I can't look at my thing. That they get more money after winning these award shows and stuff like that. But in order for them to get that, they have to have some sort of white validation. And that is the problem. Why do we have to have a white validation? You're not a respectable news organization unless white people say you are. You're not a respectable musician or actor or whatever unless white people say you are. You get that? You're not good in sports unless white people say you're good in sports. I mean, your common sense should look at a person and can tell, man, they're good. And do winning an award as black people mean anything? Jamie Foxx won an Academy Award. Why he isn't in a movie every single week? I see a bunch of unknown white actors and actresses in movies all the time, but I don't see Jamie Foxx. I haven't heard him say he retired from acting. Monique won an Academy Award too. Why wasn't she in movies after the fact? If that means that if you win that award, you get more acting jobs. It doesn't mean that. So since it doesn't mean that, then why is it that we look to those award shows for validation? Yeah, Monique got blackballed. You doggone right she got blackballed. You're right about that. And, you know, when you speak on topics like this, of course, there are some white people will come in and say, you have a hatred for us. See, the problem is anytime that we're trying to correct black people, they interpret that as hate for them. See, the thing is, what I've learned that they don't really want the slaves gone. They don't. Because if the slave, I'm talking about the mental slaves, the physical slave is not here, but the mental slave's still here. And if you control the mind, you control the body, you control the spending habits, you control everything. If black people actually mentally break free of their chains. Now, a lot of people in our community now slowly doing it. So much so that they're freaking out about it. Like, what's wrong with these black people? Why they acting this way? Why they talking this way? Well, the fact is, black people need to do for themselves. And black people cannot do for themselves if they still looking to white people to validate them. They can't do for themselves if they don't even have self-respect enough to say, I'm not going to forgive you when you kill my child, choke my husband out, choke my wife out, shoot my brother in the back. Why am I forgive you? For what? You don't forgive nobody for nothing. When somebody do something to you, you want revenge. Right then and there. You don't want to hear talk about forgiveness. So why in the world should we be doing this? Then you have black people that have that vice upon their mind, the white slave master version of Christianity. They think in their mind, because they were told on the plantation, well, masters are in charge and, you must love your masters and obey your masters like the scriptures say. Taking those scriptures completely out of turn and out of context. And black people had literally still had those scriptures in their minds when it comes to white folks. When it comes to Christianity, they noticed they took a white version of Jesus, which is an idol they created, and they used that to say, hey, look, obey your masters. Jesus is white like us, so we superior and you are subjects, and that's it. And so you have black people, all black churches with white Jesus everywhere, when Jesus was nowhere white. But see, the thing is, they don't even read the Bible. A lot of these Christian people, they don't even go study the Bible enough. Because if actually you read the Bible and study the Bible, you will realize, wait a minute, that's a lie, white Jesus. Why am I even believing that? What else I've been lied to about? And then you start searching for yourself through the scriptures, and you'll see all the lies that you have been told by these preachers and by this society. You cannot tell me, like I did on that other show about America is not a Christian nation. You can't tell me nothing about God when you sanction killing. You can't tell me nothing about God when you give George Zimmerman 6 figures worth of money. You can't tell me nothing about God when you giving Darren Wilson all this money for killing a black child. You can't tell me that, because if he kill him and he go to court or whatever is one thing, but you are financing that, you can't tell me anything, period. And see, some people on my Advice Show media channel, please subscribe to that channel. You're really missing out on a way to break down what I'm talking about. When I do these white on white crime series videos, like I said, the white mediocre, let me scratch that. The white racist minion is the reason why I start doing the white on white crime videos, because they told me they don't commit crimes like black people. And now when they come up to me now, I know exactly what you do, because I done many stories on it. Very, very heinous crimes. And on that channel, they troll here, but they don't go troll over there when I make them videos. They don't say a word, or the words are very minimum, because they can't come back on it because it's white on white. Black people has nothing to do with those stories. When they try to come tell me stuff, I'm like, well, why is it that every week I'm looking up, we having dogs that's being raped? Man, dog lives matter too. The ASPCA need a rape division from what I'm seeing. Every week we seeing some sort of bestiality. And now that used to be far and far from in between, right? Back in the day, at least when I was growing up. Now every week you having somebody with some sort of bestiality. Poor dogs. Just like I did a story around here on that channel about a Harris County sheriff's deputy had got caught with some bestiality and child pornography. And yet these people want to tell me stuff about black people? Please. That's why I say some of the reason I talk the way I talk is because I know the truth of what's going on. I had a lady, as an older white lady, wrote me and say, some of the videos you make, we all not that way. I never said you all that way, but this is what I told her back. Well, I know you're not all that way, but why don't you help me? I want you to help me. Help me fix this country. Help me fix it all. I want equality for all people. I want justice for all people. That's all I want. I don't want a lord and master over nobody. I want to, this would be a perfect world for me, for black people to take all their gifts and talents and share their gifts and talents with their community, build upon their gifts and talents. And if someone needs something from us, then they come and make a business deal and they give that to them based off upon the business deal. Now they're going to rule and master and lord over us, but they could just make a business deal and then we trade and anything else. That would be a perfect world for me. We educate our own kids because obviously we can't have our kids in these schools because they teach them that slavery was better. It wasn't that bad. How many stories have I done like that? We have black women wants to homeschool their children. They get their children taken away and being arrested. I mean, it's like an emergency 911 for us as black people that we have to take care of ourselves. It's not hatred to say take care of yourself. When your parents are raising you, they teach you to use the bathroom. Why? Because you need to do it yourself. Does that mean you hate your mother or your father because you are using the bathroom on your own? Didn't they teach you how to eat? And now you do it on your own. It's that hatred because you're doing that on your own outside of your mother and father. What about getting a job? People need to work. Is that hate for your family or hate for other people because you have to work to sustain yourself so you can eat, so you can drive, so you can do whatever you have to do? You have to think about the sick, twisted things that's being told to you, black people. It is hate to do for yourself. But yeah, you look at those same people that's telling you it's hate, they do it for themselves. Notice that nobody else tell them it's hatred for them to create jobs. It's hatred for them to create businesses and schools and whatever else they want to create. Nobody says that. Actually, nobody says that to us but them. I don't see Mexicans telling us it's hatred to do for ourselves, or Asians, or Jewish people, or Arab people, Native American people. I don't see no other group of people telling the black community it's hatred to do for yourself, but this one group. I know I'm telling the truth on this. Oh, Kyle, that's true. Animals in this, well, I don't know, because now animals are being raped, so I don't know if they're getting treated better than black Americans. But the thing is, to sit there and listen to anybody tell you it's hatred to do for yourself, you are the problem, not them. For you to sit there and listen to that, they have the confidence to tell you that because they know something wrong with you up here. We have a mental sickness in the black community. For somebody to tell you to be self-sufficient is hatred. To learn of your history is hatred. To tell black people to be self-sufficient, get to themselves, do what's right, that's hatred. Nothing we saying when you say do for yourself is going to attack anyone. We don't operate like that. But history has shown that the group of people that's telling you to not do for yourself or as hatred, that's what they have done. Attacked and suppressed people and stole from people and pillaged and burned people's stuff down. I was watching a story about Slocum, Texas. They were talking about black history. And in this town in Slocum, Texas, black people had their homes, had everything on their own. They were minding their business in their area. You had a white person said a black man owed him some money because he didn't pay a debt. So because this black man didn't pay a debt, a white mob showed up to the black area Slocum, Texas, and just start going in there with shotguns and running out all these black people, shooting up the place, trying to torch their homes and everything. So you imagine a whole neighborhood of people just running out into the woods because they ran into the woods. And while they run into the woods, these cowardly devils start shooting our people in the back, shooting them. And a lot of people got away, but all these homes are left, and these people take the homes, take the businesses, take everything. This is why I can't respect those people. Look at how they acquire stuff. We never said get to ourselves. We was look in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We keep bringing that up. We always go do for ourselves, provide for ourselves, educate ourselves. And here they come. Y'all also paranoid because of their history. When I mention that, a lot of black people say, man, all the white people gonna do is come take it from us and burn it up like they did in the past. You are that petrified because of the past to do anything. A lot of you are. You feel it's better to be underneath the thumb of them than to do for yourself. We have to fix this, and we have to talk about this. If we remove the validation part, just because a white person tell you something doesn't mean it's gold. You look at them people like they're your gods. I can tell you one thing, they can tell you the exact thing I say. Is like, oh my God, I know you've seen black people do that. Like, I just told him that 15 minutes ago because the white man tell him that. Now all of a sudden it's great. I mean, we got a problem. We need they acceptance, they love. How look at some black people. They get with a white person, they think they done won something. Some black people define their whole life off of marrying a white person. Those kind of people are sick to me, male or female. If you define your life off of being with a white person in a relationship, really? Something's wrong with you, not them. Then when you get with them, some of you that's doing this, you got all day long, you attacking black men and black women. If you with them, go be with them. Why you attacking black men and black women? You know, I know why you're attacking them, because you're not happy. You're not happy. Because if you were truly happy, you wouldn't be talking about black people, male or female, all day long. You'll be happy with the person you're with. And within yourself is a conflict. You should always get with people that make you happy. And anybody, because some of them would tell you or be on you about, because some black people even marry the racist. Yes, it happens. And this is why they do this. Well, you're different. You're not like the rest of them. And if you ever hear that, that's the most offensive thing you should hear. What you mean I'm not like the rest of them? Well, I mean, you're not like, man, I am like the rest of them. I'm black. Period. Who are you to be saying anything? You know what I mean? I start getting real insulting at that point. Once you bring me to that point, you're not going to insult black people on a passive aggressive way or a slick way to me. So most people know me, just don't even go that route with me, because I'm going to be very ugly with you too. And I'm going to let it be known. You never define yourself off of the person you with, but we see that too much with black folks. You creating names and movements and all this other stuff off of getting with another group of people? Like, come on. I don't understand that. It just, for us as black people, we got to do better. We got to do better. We have to think better. Just like we on YouTube, you look at the videos on YouTube, and you know, you have brothers or even sisters making videos about why they dating a white person and all this other stuff. I never hear them say why they dating a black person or why they dating a Hispanic or Asian or these other groups. It's always that video. And if you look at the viewership on those videos, whether a white person saying why they date a black person or a black person date a white person, those video views are always up. And I don't understand why. But as a black person, at least as me, and I've said this, I have no hatred for nobody. I don't hate nobody. If you meet me, I would treat you with honor and respect. Until you disrespect me, then I'm going to give you whatever disrespect you gave me. Period. I was raised with manners. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Period. I will never walk away from the way I was raised. I'm not an ignorant fool. No matter who meet me, if you're nice to me, I will always be nice to you. But at the same time, we as black people got to start feeling better about ourselves and not make us think that we have made it when we get with a white person. And for me, and I've always said this, and like I tell people, because some people ask me about that, topic or whatever, even had some guys that asked me about that. I said, look, at the end of the day, it's your choice. You do what you want. I don't tell people what to do in their relationships. But the only thing I would tell you as a black man, that you're going to go through some stuff, some racist stuff. Is the woman you dealing with, let's say she's white, is she ready to deal with that? When you come home from work talking about how they passed over you for a position, talking about racism, racial issues, will she get quiet? Will she get kind of tense? Will she? What about when that police stop you and asking her 30 times, is she okay? Which I've had white women tell me those experiences on social media many times when they had a black boyfriend. I had another white lady say that they were pulled over by the police just because they know she was in the car at 11 o'clock at night when they were just going to the store. Those things. I say that, look, get you a sister. If you don't get you a sister, at least get a woman of color. That's what I say to black men. And make sure this woman, whoever she is, make sure that, number one, she can relate. Because even if you're black, you can't. Some people can't relate. Make sure she's not a coon. Because even if she's black, she could be a coon. And make sure she understands the history of this nation and want to get in on trying to fix it and fix the community. That's it. That's how I look at that sort of thing. Now, you may meet a white person that may be like John Brown or a different abolitionist. And they can tell you, and like I said, I met a few white people. I can count maybe on my hand that's been the truest white person I ever met. And they tell you the real about how a lot of white folks are. And I say, you know what? I can't do nothing but respect you at that point. And they just shoot straight with you about stuff. And when I've had a lot of white people that have talked to me like that, and they was talking about racial bias with me, and they would say, look, a lot of white people are biased. They're not in the Klan. They're not in the neo-Nazi, but a lot of them have an inherent bias against black people. And one of them said the other day that we shouldn't be trying, like I said in my videos, trying to convince white supremacists to subscribe to the ideology, to try to convince them to try to like us. Because what they do, they play games with you and they go home and they laugh at you. They're not changing their minds about you. So why waste your time? Because, the problem a lot of them have with me is they say that I don't want to talk with the other side, or I don't want to go on other people's shows, or I do this other stuff. I learned it's a waste of my time, first and foremost. Number two, it's just silly. Build your own platform. Stay on your platform. You don't have to go on nobody else's, because people have nefarious reasons. And I've made my mistakes doing that. And when I make my mistakes, I accept my mistake. But it'll never happen again. That's how I am. I live and learn. And from some of my mistakes, things change me too. Where I either get better or I dig deeper into what I'm doing. Right? I don't know what you're talking about, mixed girls. I don't know what that's about. I'm not even telling you anything about that. Aren't girls like that, I guess, women of color? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even like the term mixed. No, ain't no dog. That's what you call dogs, mixed. This dog mixed with pit bull and German shepherd. There ain't no mixed. I hate that term. It sounds derogatory. But I just want to know with some of y'all, why is it that a lot of black people feel they need this validation? And then another thing that they tell you too, well, you should just assimilate. Why the hell I have to assimilate to you? From what I see, the things that's going on, I don't need to copy you. If I need to keep it real. Because you know what? I don't need to go shoot up no schools. I don't need to go bomb federal buildings. I don't need to be doing stuff to police officers. Because yes, more of them do stuff to cops than black folks. I can go on and on and on and on and on. I don't need to emulate you. We actually, black people, need to emulate African culture and be more about who we always have been. That's what we need to emulate. The Asian community needs to do what they do. The Arab community need to do what they do. The Hispanic community need to do what they do. No one should need to be assimilating or copying you. Hell no. And that's arrogance to tell somebody that you need to assimilate. Only thing you need to do is have a general way of living. In other words, don't kill people, don't steal from people, stuff like that. Just common sense laws that's between good and evil, that sort of thing. But trying to take on what you do, they try to tell other people. Notice they hate when people speak different languages. Black people don't go running around screaming and hollering about who's speaking a different language. I don't care what language you speak. If I'm that nosy to want to know what you got to say, I go get a Rosetta Stone and I go learn your language. If that's what I want to know so bad what you're saying. Black people ain't the ones screaming and hollering about go build a wall. And you had one devil kill 2 Indian engineers because he thought they was Arab Muslim, talking about get out of this country. I haven't done that story yet, but that's the people that we need to emulate. Hell no. That's okay. Black people got problems. Yes, they do. But we ain't got them kind of problems. I just hate that we do things to ourselves, and we can stop doing things to ourselves. Then we would be so much better. We'll go back to growing. Notice that they don't even want to leave us alone. Say, you know what? Leave them black people alone. Let them do what they do. Because if we are left alone, like always, we grow, we survive anything. That's who we are. But these people, believe it or not, much as they talk, they need black people. And the reason why a lot of things are going on in this country is because they really don't have the support like they used to of black people. They really don't. Of course, you got your slaves, but it's not enough. They need black people to speak for them. That's why I tell black people, shut up. Notice I'm not making videos about Donald Trump. You notice that? I'm not saying a word about Trump. Let Trump do what he want to do. Until I see Donald Trump really do something that's affecting the black community, I'm not saying a word. But he's doing this. I don't care. You know why I don't care? Because y'all voted him in. I didn't. Sessions doing this. Let him do it. Because it's going to wake some of y'all up. Black and white. Because a lot of white folks pissed off at Trump. A lot of them pissed off at Trump. I don't know if y'all seen some of them town hall meetings. They pissed. But see, it goes back to what we're talking about. They will vote against their own interest to hurt black people and other people of color all the time. What politician said that? Was it, come on, y'all remind me. Well, what was it? Was it Johnson? Which one said that if you can convince the poorest white man that he's better than the colored man, he'll, let you rob his pockets or something like that? Didn't he say that? Which one said that? Oh yeah, they do. They do hate that. They don't. Yeah, you're right. They don't like to see black people with money. That's 100% right. You want to piss them off? And I'm not talking about that ghetto fabulous. You know, you went out and got a Bentley, but you driving up to an apartment. That's ghetto fabulous. I ain't talking about that. But actually having some sustainable wealth, like, okay, you bought a home, which is some sort of asset to you. You could flip that real estate. Okay, you don't have to have the nicest car in the world. I mean, cars depreciate about $10,000 when you drive them off the lot. And that's what a lot of y'all need to understand with them cars. But let's say you buy some property, or you got your money right. You got your businesses going. Oh, they hate to see that with a passion. They look at you like, why he driving that? Well, where he come from? He ain't like the rest of them. Yeah, they know when they see you. Trust me, they know when they see you that you are a black man or black woman that got your act together. They know. They definitely know the difference. And they come at you different too when you like that. They don't know if you know anybody. They don't know if you connected somewhere. They don't know if you got a legal team, lawyers, or anything. They don't know. So they're going to approach you different. I can even tell you the policing is different. Let's say you have black people that's middle class and black people in a lower income area. The police be going ham in the local income area. But you say, well, the police harass and the police do this and the police do that. They do, but a lot of times too, they do it upon money, because middle class blacks and also upper class blacks, crime is literally non-existent with them. So how could even the police harass them? At least we know our crime is one area, and our crime is a lot of it is economic and the system, because if somebody get in trouble and go to jail, get out of jail, the way the laws are set up, these people are evil. You go to jail, you do your time to society, right? You get out, you can't get an apartment because you got a criminal record. You try to get a job, you can't because you got a criminal record. And then these people justify and say, well, you shouldn't be committing crime. Well, you know what? Everybody do things is wrong. Maybe you didn't do what they did was wrong, but that's wrong for a person to get out of jail and can't get a job. How they gonna eat? Then you forcing them to go back to crime because you literally tying their hands. Same thing with their child support stuff, right? I mean, this system these people created is evil, 100% evil. You have a person paying child support. You know how many men that write me, tell me about situations. I say men. This has had nothing to do with black. This is men in general. Tell me how this system. You can't pay your child support. You get possibly put in jail. These people take your license from you. I had one guy write me. He was a white gentleman. Tell me that his license was going to get suspended if he didn't pay a certain amount in child support. He had a job, okay, and they suspended his license. Why would you suspend your license when a guy is working? In Texas, on top of suspending your license, now you can't do your registration on your vehicle if you owe 6 months worth of child support. I mean, why would it goes back to what we were saying before. Why would we as black people want to emulate that? They created that system to do the most horrible things. I don't want no system like that. I think a person, if they do their debt society, they should be given a second chance. Now, if they have a sex offender or something like that, then no, I don't think they should be around children. Or if you embezzlement, I don't think you should be working around money. But you still should be able to have a chance. That's the only thing I'm saying, to try to fix your life. I did a study about Norway. Norway has a about 22% rate of people coming back to jail. In America, 72% rate going back to jail. Because these people, because of the 13th Amendment, that's how evil these people are. They say, okay, it's no slavery, but we could put you in slavery in prison. And this criminal justice system is nothing but a racist entity. We know that. Well, close to 70% of the crime in America, according to the FBI, is done by white folks. Okay, black people by 26% of crime, but yet in the prison population, blacks are well over half of the prison population, and whites are only about 30% of the prison population. These people are evil, I'm telling you. So why are you telling me to assimilate that? I'm not going. That's nothing logical that you do that I want to be like. That's why I say no. Let us do things for ourselves. We'll figure this stuff out. We've been doing it for thousands of years before you showed up. Well, we don't need you to tell us nothing. We good. It's in us to do this. So saying that, you don't need their validation, black man or black woman. If you're good at something, you're good. You should know this. Your work, your efforts, or whatever that you're doing should back that up. Your customers at work should back that up. Your performance should back that up. They don't need to give you nothing at the end of the day. And what is an award anyway? Is this a plaque, a statue? What? What is it? Just fanfare? You're forgiven. Stop forgiving these people. Can we call a campaign "Stop Forgiving Racists"? Can we do that? Like no forgiveness to them. Period. None. If you so, oh, I got to. Okay, if you got to, for those people, forgive them at your house. Pray and forgive them. You can forgive them. Go ahead. But no public forgiveness. Can we do that? Because any black person I catch on a video doing that, I'm going to go at them harder than the one they forgiven. Because I'm sick of black people looking stupid. We got to stop being stupid people. Forgiving people. How is it I'm going to go? I don't get that. You come with your Confederate flags and shotguns to my child's party, calling me all kind of ends, and I'm going to go in court and say, I forgive you. There's no hate in my heart. Now I wonder if that same black woman would forgive a black man if he did her something like that. That's the stuff I'm talking about. You're right. We need to get a shirt or something about that. Stop forgiving, no forgiving. We got to do something. When it comes, we got to do it because we got to get that message out there. Don't forgive them. These racists do you something. These police do you something. Ain't no forgiveness. Forget that. Not publicly. No public forgiveness. We got to figure it out. We got to stop that because that's weakness. I had these people come, oh, it's not weakness. It's strength to forgive people. Well, why don't you do it? I never hear you showing that strength. If a black criminal do something to you, I don't hear you saying, I forgive you because I don't have hate in my heart. I never hear that. So if you don't have that strength, I don't have it either. One person said, you seem a little extreme. You're right. I am extreme. I'm extreme because what's going on is extreme in my community and extreme in this nation. So I don't take anything lightly. You doggone right I'm extreme. Nothing wrong with extreme. I'm not lying about anything. Now that would be extreme. One person says, what done made white people hate us? I don't care what we done. We ain't done nothing first and foremost. I have just accepted, okay? And I haven't been proven wrong. I look at history. I even look at today. This is how I personally feel. I feel there's a remnant within them that's good people. I believe that. Good people and will do great things. I believe that. But I feel a lot of them have a hatred for us. And no, they're not all in the KKK. Not all of them are because they like to be cowards. They like to hide behind sheets on videos and Donald Trump mask They like to hide behind all these other things. So I actually respect the KKK and the neo-Nazis and all of them. At least they up front and showing themselves. I respect that. But I don't respect the ones that's hiding. But the reason why I say that, because if it was just, well, it's those people, the actual racism would have stopped around the time of the civil rights movement. Or the racism would have stopped when that group got old, whatever, the younger people they had, hey, we millennials, we grew up in a different time period. We didn't grow up with segregation. We didn't grow up with hatred, XYZ. Everybody has rights now, but yet you still have people like that. So they're teaching that. And like, my thing is, why do you teach it? Why do you worry about another group of people so much when you don't have to? Your whole world is literally you, and yet you worry about a group of people that not even really caring about you like that. They say they hate you, but then get mad when you say, well, let's kind of get to ourselves and do for ourselves. Well, that's hate. You sit up here teaching your kids to hate me, hate my kids. What are you talking about? You sit up there saying build walls and throw Muslims out and, you know, all this stuff that you're saying too. It's not just black folks. Y'all letting y'all natural behind show with Trump. And I'm glad he actually out there, because he exposing y'all every day. This I'm just saying. So it's hate. We're going to say this again. It's hate to do for self. It's hate to talk about history. It's hate to talk about patterns. You know, like I said, you can call me whatever you want until somebody change my mind and show me through facts and history and actions. I pay more attention to action. I don't pay attention to your words. Show me in actions that you haven't taught your children to hate me. Now, I know all haven't done that, but the ones who haven't done it are far and few in between. It's just what I'm seeing. It's like you want to have the dog and cat relationship. That's what you want to have. Sure, you can raise a dog and cat together. Sure, you can do that. And they can be the best of friends. But then when that cat get out and a bunch of dogs see him, the dog have a natural hate for the cat. Now, the dog that see that grew up with the cat could come out and start fighting the dogs. Could say, hey, that's my friend. I grew up together. We brothers, and that's it. But they just have a natural enemy. And we as black people don't have that in our hearts. We love more than anybody. And that's been our biggest problem. That's been our biggest Achilles heel. We are a loving people. And because we are a loving people, that's why we are treated this way. We have defended everybody and never got anything in return for it. And we would still do it if we wasn't coming more into a conscious mindset to say, wait a minute, hold on. We've been getting beat up for everybody, ostracized for everybody. And then when we need it, where are you? Quiet, silent. Where's these groups that say they so liberal? Where was the ACLU for Eric Garner and Tamir Rice? And where was the Southern Poverty Law Center for Sandra Bland and all these groups that say they just sold for everybody? Like I said, when they had the Muslim ban, which is a Muslim ban, the ACLU got millions of dollars like that. But I didn't see them fighting cases with these black people, high profile, and they would have got the money to do that. That's the only thing I'm saying. And you talking about you talking about the politics side. I heard Donald Trump, they say the media is the enemy of the people. No, these Republicans are enemy of the people. For real. the things that's coming out of their mouth, every day they try to disenfranchise people from voting, which actually they want to disenfranchise black people and also brown people as well. But notice they don't want you to vote black. See, everything they do, they trying to hurt and harm you. But yet we should be like them. That's what we need to assimilate to take people's right to vote away from them or make it hard for them to vote. Flint, Michigan still have lead in their water. No government entity talking about that because they don't care, because it's in a poor area. Nothing is happening. But you're worrying about building walls, but you can't fix the water in Flint. Trump running around here with ICE agents rounding up folks. And I'm like, what you rounding up all of the Mexican people for? It's not like I see a bunch of white folks out here building these bridges, working on the roads, cutting grass, working these construction jobs and doing all that. I don't see white folks doing it. I see Mexicans do it. So what are you going to do? I mean, you going to expect them to go out there in the hot sun and do those jobs all day? I don't see that happening. Matter of fact, maybe I can't even think of a time I've ever seen that. Have y'all? Yeah, some black people did vote for Trump, but it wasn't that many. Don't sit there and let that man tell y'all a bunch of black people voted for that man. They did not vote for that man like that. Maybe some middle class blacks voted for him because they believe, well, maybe he'll lower my taxes because I actually want a tax return back, because they don't get $5,400 and $6,000 tax returns. But the situation is with us is we have to stop this. If we want to grow as a community, we have to stop seeking their validation. No forgiveness for people that kill your children, that harass your children at parties, that shoot your family members in the back, that choke your family members out. No forgiveness for them. Do it at home. Do it at home. So I think we've come to the 1 hour mark, and what I'm going to do here is get this stuff set up for everyone to call in. So just give me a few seconds to get that done. But we just trying to talk about this stuff because I'm just sick and tired of it. I really am. I think we can do better. Let's see, go live now. Let's see. I don't know why everybody talking about Alex Jones for. I saw somebody said something about I'm the black Alex Jones. I said, I guess so. If you think so. All right. Oh, you owe at least $8,000 on them taxes? Shoot, man. But anyway, we about to get the calls going, so just give us a second here. Gonna get that studio up. Also, did anybody catch Trump's speech the other day to Congress? Or get these calls up? I have Mariah. I have not seen that yet. I want to see it, but I haven't seen it yet. Because every time it was time for me to possibly go see it, I was busy doing other things. Now y'all talking about Kanye. What's going on with Kanye? What's going on with Kanye? I saw y'all talking about Kanye and Trump. I don't even know what he invited Kanye up there for anyway. Hold on, guys. Give me a second. Well, what is it to you about if black people like rap music? Nobody telling you about music that you like. All right, so let's well, I haven't had a chance to put the number up. Somebody already on the line. Sister Victoria, I see you sending a message. I'll send it to you. Give me a second. I will send it to you. I'm just looking at these comments real quick. Well, you know, Kanye. Did you see his? I think it say what ex-girlfriend or whatever. Talking about him in a poetry thing. Did y'all see that? I think that's the password. He gonna run in 2020. Let me put this up on the screen. Oh yeah. There we go. All right. That will be the call-in number. Let me get back to my screen here. Now, same thing about the calls, of course, on any show. Let's try to stick with the topic. Let's let this pull up here for a second here. Oh, did I even? You know what, guys? I messed up. Before y'all call, let me end this because I messed up on something. The people that call right back. I'm gonna end something real quick.
Thank you.
I messed up on something. Should have put the right amount. We only put 15 minutes instead of 2 hours. There we go. Okay, go live now. All right. Guys, you'll be calling back here shortly. Let me go back into my studio here. Victoria, I see your email. Just give me a second. On that screen, Victoria, they have a thing that says host call-in number. Call in with that number. And once you see that call in, they have a PIN number that you can type in a PIN number, and then they will let you on the line. And then I'll tell you what to do from there. Let me know when you're on there, and I'll tell you how to start moderating these calls. All right, we in. So let me see. I'm trying to see who's been here the longest. Let me hit this chat thing here. Launch chat here. Who's been here the longest? Let's see how this will work. Okay, this person press 1. Area code 914. You on the show?
Hey Phil, how you doing?
I'm good. What's going on, bro?
So anyway, I just want to say your entire stream was wonderful, man. Definitely. See, I never understood that forgiveness thing either. Like, why would you forgive evil? I never understood that. Like, if somebody does wrong to your family, they kill your family, they hurt your family, why would you forgive that evil? I never understood that.
I don't understand it either. Give me a second though, bro. Hey everybody, you can hear the caller fine. Is he loud or is he do I need to be louder? Let me know what we got going on here. I don't know what some people got a lot of Christianity in them, and nothing wrong with Christianity at all. Please don't think I'm saying something wrong with Christianity. I'm not, because like I said, I believe in the word and the scriptures and everything. But I believe in the true word, and the true word, you got to stand against evil. You're commanded to stand against evil. These people took the scriptures, twisted it, and then that's all they do is evil. You can't be killing people and subjugating people like that. So I don't know why anybody wants to be like that. That's just wrong.
Especially to forgive that evil. Like, if somebody kills your family, like especially when I saw that story when the people were running up those Confederate flags and harassing and completely tormenting the child and their family, like to want to go over there and say they forgive them, that is like, that's your family. They're torturing your family. Their kids are probably scared. I don't know. The kids, they're probably horrified, and you want to stand up there and forgive them. That's not right.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% on that. But you know what, man? Like I said, thanks for calling. Cause I'll move on to the next caller.
Thanks, Phil. Have a nice rest of your night.
All right, bro. Let's see. Let's go to the next call here. Let's see here. Sister Victoria, are you on the line yet? Area code 901, you on the show?
Hello?
Yes, you on the show.
Oh, hey, Phil. I was the one who did post the number in the chat because someone did ask me and I actually knew the person, so I did post that number on the chat.
What number are you talking about? What are you talking about?
The radio number.
Okay, I got it on the screen. What's going on?
Okay, well, I agree completely what the young man has said about forgiveness. In my opinion, I think forgiveness has to be earned, whether that person decides out of the kindness of his or her heart to come forward and come clean about their mistakes before they come at me expecting oh, well, you have to forgive me because that's obviously what your God tells you. I'm a Christian, and I remember talking to one of my friends about this because she was trying to tell me well, you should just forgive some of the stuff that Trump has said. I said, well, here's the thing. Unless if he's coming up forward with a sincere heart, I can care the fuck less.
Mm-hmm.
Because basically, here's the thing. You can come to just about every black church in the whole entire country. He can come to every single one of them, and you still know he will not change. Because there are too many people out there who are like that. And to expect me to say, well, I forgive you, and that person did not say sorry to me, or did not even show a tinge of, hey, I actually feel regretful for what I did, then I'm not going to really talk to you. I'm not even going to give you basically any time to think about, oh, I should do this to this person, because everybody has a chance to do something. If they made a wrong move, they have time to make the right move before that opportunity is closed.
Yeah.
And people think that, well, you have to automatically say that. No, you're teaching me how to, well, I have to say, I forgive you to you because that's something that you have to get from me. No, you have to work for it.
Yeah, I definitely hear you. Yeah, you know, you can't be just forgiving people when they didn't even ask for it. That's what's going on. A lot of these black folks is getting on my nerves. So, you know, I definitely hear you, man. But I definitely appreciate you for calling the show.
You're welcome. Have a great night.
All right, you too. Sister Victoria, what I told you in the email, if you look on the screen where it says host call in with that number on your phone, or you can click that Skype icon on that screen, and it will open up your Skype, and then that's actually the easier way to get in is go through that Skype icon if you got Skype on your device. And then I will see your number pop up where it says host. That's when I know you're on, because if you're not on there, I won't see it as host. But we'll go ahead and go to the next call here. Erico 404, you on the show.
Hey, what's going on about the show?
Oh, what's going on?
Let me see. I think my take on this whole forgiveness thing.
Okay.
Is that I think throughout the history as African Americans, I think we were a little too comfortable within Christianity, because the same people, like you just said in your in the beginning of the show, and they gave us that Bible. And of course, it was put in with a lot of false information in there to just justify them, enslaving us.
Yeah, they definitely, twisted the scripture, but like I said, they couldn't even have the Bible at one point in time. Then when they gave them the Bible, they took out the book of Exodus out of that Bible. So now why would they take that one book out? You get what I'm saying? So these people been just devils from the beginning.
Yeah, that's why we weren't allowed to read back then.
Exactly.
But that was like the only thing that they gave us to read, as they depicted in Birth of a Nation with Nat Turner.
Yeah. No, they didn't like that movie at all. That's why we need to support it. Like I said,
it was sabotage.
But you know what? They can sabotage whatever they want. I think every black person should go buy that movie to support. I bought the movie because I wanted to support. And we need to support with our dollars.
Yeah.
It goes back to what we said earlier. You don't need the validation for anything. But I appreciate you for calling, man. All right, Sister Victoria, are you figured it out yet? I'm gonna go to the next caller. Erico 704, you on the show?
How you doing, Phil?
I'm fine.
How you doing? All right. Yeah, I think it's ridiculous how we as black people are always forgiving white people so quickly, but when it comes down to it, they constantly blame us for everything, and they're the ones who brought us into this country.
Hold on a second, brother. I don't know if you can speak into that phone a little bit better or what, because I'm not hearing you too well.
All right, hold on. I got you. Can you hear me better?
Yes, sir.
All right, my bad. But I was saying, I think it's like this condition that we have to forgive white people so quickly has derived from slavery times until now. And I think the Bible is just something that leads us down that path too. In this present moment, it's something that was force-fed to us. And in the way that they gave it to us was for us to just forgive them and for them to be our masters. And that's where we still are mentally right now.
Okay. Let's just respond to the email. Well, what do you think we need to do to change that?
What I really think we need to do to change that is we need to do better with educating our own youth and not just letting the public schooling system handle that. We need to make sure that our youth is more educated, because really it's harder to inflict upon an older person's mind than it is a younger person's mind. And we make sure that the next generation knows how to, I'm hearing myself right now, but how to handle Black people as a whole, will be better off.
Okay. All right, man. Well, I appreciate you there for letting us know that. Thank you for your call.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. Area code 678, you on the show.
Hey, what's going on, Phil?
Oh, what's going on?
Yeah, okay. So I was in the chat, right? And I saw that somebody said something that it takes a big person to forgive. Now, according to history and according to the propaganda that was really fished out about Black people, okay, we were considered big, dark, and threatened. So when someone says something like it takes a big person to forgive, it does. In most instances, it doesn't take a white person to forgive, because they were never looked at as being big. You know what I'm saying? They were always seen as small and less threatened and whatnot. But Black people, we were considered to be big and threatened and dark. So yeah, so it does make sense in the eyes of the white supremacists that we must always forgive them. But once we understand and realize that we no longer have to feed into what they want us to do, or how we should act, and how we should speak, how we should carry ourselves and whatnot. And if we can find some type of self-respect for ourselves and realize that we do not have to forgive these people, and that it is a righteous thing to not to forgive the people that are against us and that are oppressing us and that are trying to hold us back to the present day, then I think we'll be in a better space. So no, we don't have to be big to forgive. You know, we can be we can just be who we are and not forgive and keep it moving. And that's all I got to say. Thanks, Phil.
All right.
Have a good night.
All right. Thank you. All right, Sister Victoria, let me go down and find your number here. Hold on. Let me see. Okay. All right. I'm going to put your name down up here. You'll see your name pop up here. Now, all you have to do is those numbers that have, if they press 1, or make sure you press 1 if you want to talk. If you're looking on the screen right now, you have the microphone. You have one that says mute there. You have one that says screen. If you go to screen on your with the two little person icon, where it says screen, you could talk to that person and then ask them their name and what they want to talk about, and if they're trolling or whatever, kick them off. That's kind of how we'll do that. Check the chat room real quick. How my comment section was wrong with black people? I don't even know who's all in the comment section. People hide behind screens. And it's like so funny. My comment section was wrong with black people. Anyway, Area code 661, you on the show.
Oh, hey Phil, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I just want to come in and chime in on the topic.
Yes, ma'am. What's on your mind? Forgiveness, white validation, or
really?
love?
Wow, like I have a lot to say about that, because I see it like everywhere. It's just black people always seeking, not all of us, but it's just some of us that want to have that validation towards white people. They feel like if they can get the same awards and the same, treatment that white people do, then they feel like they made it. You know what I mean? And I'm just not that type of person to follow the crowd. You know, it's just be your own person and be proud of who you are. And to be honest with you, white people will tell you straight up they don't like you. You know, you don't need to seek their love and validation. You got to love yourself.
Yes, and if we love, and how can we love ourselves when we worrying about what other folks got going on and their opinions? See, sister, this is my thing. When you learned about, I don't want to even hear your opinions because your opinions are not valid to my situation. I think we would get a whole lot further. They always got their mouth running about our situation. We don't be getting involved with their stuff. We really don't.
We really don't. They be over at our spot, you know, talking and trolling, but they have websites talking about us all day, all night, 24/7. But we don't be over there trolling them.
Exactly. We don't, because what would I look like creating a whole website and I'm just like all day long this hatred of them. Let me tell you something. If they would just leave us the hell alone, then I would stop talking about it. Trust me, I would. If they say, you know, y'all do y'all thing, we do our thing, and that's it, and fine, we'll talk about things in the community. We'll talk about a whole lot of things we could talk about. But it's like when you want to talk about other things, you were brought right back to this.
Exactly.
You know?
True about that. Yeah, that's true. And the only way we can be able to love ourselves is we just, I don't know. It's not an overnight thing, but we need to just deprogram ourselves and develop self-love and get to know ourselves as humans, you know, as Black people, you know.
Correct.
It's going to take a long time, but once you get the hang of it, you know, it'll get better. And you'll start to, you know, see the beauty, and you would seek validation towards your own more.
Well, hold on a second, sis. This one comment say that would never happen. Well, you're right. It would never happen as long as you have it in your head. It'll never happen. Like, that's why some people's life don't get far, because what you think. All right, who is that? Whatever you think, that's exactly where you go. Okay, who is that? At 617. Okay. No, Sister Victoria, you got to hit the green side screen. Not the microphone. But anyway, yeah, Sister Victoria is helping us moderate, and I appreciate her doing that, because I said that we need to bring someone in to help us moderate the calls, because we used to have so many problems with calls. That's why I quit doing calls over a year. And then the people kept asking to bring calls back, and that's what happened. But sister, I definitely thank you for calling and appreciate your time.
All right, I'm gonna keep listening.
All righty. Hey, Sister Victoria, once you find out who they are, could you put their name on the screen underneath their number? All you gotta do is click underneath that number, in the box will come up, and you could type the person's name or so, and then I'll see it, and that way I know you kind of screened them. Just let you know. All right. So we go to the next one here. Area code 617, you on the show. 617?
Hey, Phil. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, great. Yeah, so I'm non-religious, but I do, I feel like forgiveness is something that comes in, there are two parts to it. One is being able to, so the victim typically, they like to forgive to kind of get over the situation and to move on with their lives. But I agree with you wholeheartedly that they don't have to publicize this, and because it has the white supremacists get the impression that, you know, they. Yeah.
What'd you say?
They just get it just comes off really, really bad when they do this publicly. Their intention, I think, is to show them that they aren't the thugs that they make them out to be, that they're humane, but it actually turns out to be a bad thing. One other thing I wanted to point out is there was a video that you had posted regarding the white supremacists that were driving around in trucks with flags and terrorizing that family. There's actually one detail that you left out I thought was really important. That female, the reason why she got time was because she took part in loading the gun up.
Yeah, I heard
loading
that.
the shotgun with bullets and passed it to the guy. And I think that's one part that the media didn't mention. They made it sound like it was just like they were shouting racist slurs and that was that. But the fact that they were pointing loaded guns towards a family played a big part in why they got such a big sentence.
Yeah, I mean,
one other thing I wanted to ask you.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to ask you that you talk about all this stuff, talking about it quite a bit, and there are points I agree with, and a majority of points I agree with, and I don't disagree with. But regardless, I think that you have a decent following, and I was wondering if you ever considered starting an organization to kind of rally people around your ideas and get some movement politically or just grassroots this movement to push these ideas.
The only kind of group I probably it's not a probably, it's going to happen, would be for dads dealing with the issues of family law court and child support and stuff like that, because I think that's very important. If you don't have family, you don't have nothing. And I think too many men are railroaded by this evil and corrupt system. So if anything, I'll probably definitely want to get involved with that. As for politics, like I say, the way I talk on these YouTube videos, they'll scandalize it. They'll say, "Oh, he called them devils," and because I don't have the right skin color. Now, Donald Trump would say grab him by the kitty and everything else he want to say, but he's the right color for that. So I don't know, man. Like I said, they'll probably kill me if I got in politics anyway, because I'm not gonna hold my tongue with nobody. So it is what it is.
I mean, to be honest with you, if Milo can get a stage at the university, I think that you can get a stage at the university. So,
well, like I said, I can go into why that happened too. But anyway, man, I definitely appreciate you calling, man.
Well, thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. Area code 586, you on the show. Area code 586. All right, we got to move. Area code 228, you on the show.
Yes, hello.
Yeah, you on.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, how you doing, Phil?
Sure, I'm black man in America.
Okay. Yeah, hey, man, I know how that goes. But, hey, man, I just wanted to chime in on what you was talking about today with regarding the, with blacks forgiving whites so much. I think it has a deep history. I mean, I'm only 22, so I'm speaking from the knowledge that I was given at this early age. But, I mean, whenever you think about it, I'm from the Deep South. I'm from Mississippi. And my great-grandmother, she was actually the help for wealthy off white people. And I feel like that a lot of blacks still have that mentality of that they have to be on eggshells with white people and that they still have to get validation from the white man in order to be successful or looked as an equal counterpart. And I feel like that we need to have that mentality out of our system, because at the end of the day, just like what you said on one of your shows, I think it was a couple of days ago, is that we so quick to forgive these white folks doing all this crazy stuff to us, but, we'll kill another black man with the quickness and have no remorse. Correct. And I just feel like that it's just something that's been going on for a while, because it's kind of been embedded in us. As we can go way back into the slave days, because they had to live on eggshells. And I also I don't want to get off topic, but I also want to get into another subject just for a quick side note, is that a lot of white people, they have a lot of self-hatred for themselves because they know that the black man is the original creator. I mean, if you look back into Southern Italy, the Sicilians, they have black DNA within their blood, and a lot of them deny that. I mean, I read this, from books that I have in my house, and it's proven fact that men of color actually went to Sicily and actually, slept with the women or whatever, and they had a population there. And, a lot of Italians, they want to deny that. But I just wanted to chime in real quick, brother. I greatly appreciate what you do, man. I really feel like that you're one of the reasonable voices that still have that old school flair that we really need in this generation and these days and times, man. Because I feel like you can connect with these young folks as myself, but you can connect with the older folks too, because you're just not out here spewing reckless nonsense, man. I greatly appreciate you, brother. Just keep up the good work.
Oh, well, thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Sister Victoria, anyone with the X's on there is the ones I'm either talking to or the ones I've already called. Just letting you know that. He brought up something about old school. Like I said, for me, I try to channel a lot of that old school that I was raised around, like especially like my father, grandfather. It just certain things I believe that worked. I saw what worked, I saw what don't work, and what I see today is just not working at all. The way we're raising our kids, the way we doing things. And, I was raised that you just don't hold back. You cut no punches with nobody. You tell it how it is, and let's fix the issues and problems. And you don't take a lot of patience with people that's not trying to fix their problems. Because what's going on in our community right now and some of the issues I'm trying to get into here, because once you get into here, and at least if you don't agree with me and you get angry with me, that's fine. But at least you angry with me because I got you to think and I'm messing with your upbringing, because I'm fighting your upbringing. That's where the fight's going to come from. A lot of you have been raised, like the brother said, to do what you're doing, to go along and get along, not say nothing, all this other stuff. Trying to inviting guests as co-host so I can see. You get what I'm saying? Hold on, let me see something here. No, Sister Victoria, let me see here how that will work. I don't even know. Let me see. To connect via guest studio. Now let's say something about a guest studio, Sister Victoria. We'll have to sit down and do a mock show to see how that work, because the way this is going, it won't let you, because I know when me and Miss Gabriella used to do it, we used to do it through Skype. Now if you got a Skype, I probably can add you to that line. I don't know. Let's go ahead and go to the next caller. If anything, just check the comments on YouTube and see if real quick, and see if you need to clean anything up over there. Area code 781, you on the show.
Hey Phil, it's how you doing, Phil?
I am blessed. How you doing?
Hello.
Yes,
I'm doing blessed. Okay. The thing with slavery, we're just still in that slave mentality. That's what I believe. With us always forgiving, like the master's always right even when he's wrong, and we're always wrong even if we're right. And black people, they just can't get out of that mentality. We're living in a system that basically belittles us, and we sort of like take that. I mean, we're born into communities that's just going to lead us into a system a slave system, which is the jailhouse, the prisons. And I mean, it was never fair for us in the first place. And like I think I forgot who said it a couple calls before, but they're right. They have a hatred towards us because we are like the original people, the first man and woman. They have that hatred towards us just because. Well, I don't even know why they hate us. I mean, they just have hate in their hearts. I mean, a Bible, we can't fight them with the Bible. I mean, I believe in God, but the Bible isn't enough to get them to change their ways, because the Bible really just, it makes us seem weaker too, because someone come riding up to your child's birthday party in trucks and shotguns. Just imagine if the new Black Panthers party did that. I'm willing to bet the police would have been shooting at those trucks.
Oh, of course they would. Like
That's
I said,
what I believe.
The judge was like, I don't know why the police didn't even arrest him, because a lot of them police agree with them. That's why.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, we have to slap ourselves in the face. We need to start trying to look good in front of them, because they do not care about us. We have to start caring for ourselves. Like I said before, we're living in a system that teaches us to hate each other and love the white man. We love the white man more than we love our brothers and sisters, and we should be ashamed of ourselves for that. And that needs to change.
Yes, that definitely needs to change.
That's what good people like you are on. That's why we need more people like you to expose that, tell people that, because we need to shake ourselves into reality and get ourselves united so we can stand strong. Because they're only dividing us with their system, sending our young men to prison. Families are growing up without men in the house, without discipline, without control, and our kids they're going to jail at a younger age. I'm only 22, and I know our mother won't like me putting like personal business out, but my sister who's 18 has already been in jail because there's like not that kind of discipline in the household. We need to make sure, because the white people don't care about us. We got to care for ourselves. Look at the thing with Flint. I mean, they're drinking dirty water, and the reason, like you said, is because it's a poor area. They don't have money, so I mean, human lives are not all equal in their minds. That's if you got no money, you're nobody to them. That's basically what I had to say.
All right, man. Well, I thank you for calling. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Let me tell y'all something happened the other day. Sunday, I received an email Sunday from I don't know who this account was. I don't know. And they told me, hey, you remember the story about the white female at the Old Dominion University that did the kill all, N-word video, pointing guns and all this other stuff, right? So the dude was like, hey, I know the person. So I was like, okay, well, what's going on with that? And they say, hey, I got information. I got videos. I got pictures. I got all this stuff about this chick. But I'm just trying to see if I can get some sort of, compensation for it. So I'm like, I'm not TMZ. I don't pay for stuff like that. Then what profit would it be for us to do that? I don't know if you have information or what. So the guy emailed me and say, well, look, the sweater that she was wearing is in my car. So I said, okay. So then he ended up sending a picture of the sweater itself. And then he ended up sending a video that he was he got the video of her doing the, little thing, holding the gun and stuff like that. But of course the music wasn't in there. So he had asked me, well, how much you pay for it? I'm like, nah, I'm not going to pay for that sort of thing. I mean, like I said, I'm not no $1 million outlet where I just pay for stuff. And then, like I said, let's say we did have that. My thing is, okay, we need to start signing agreements and all this other stuff because, you can't be shopping it nowhere else if we do that. So it's just beside the point. But then the guy came back, told me that, he gonna decide to give me all the information anyway. He'll email me about it, and I'm like, okay. So if for some reason he do that, then we'll show it. But if not, well, it is what it is. But turn her in. Is the situation reversed once she? Oh yeah. She'll be in jail for sure. One person said, how do we get information on our history, the issues that disenfranchise us, solutions with powernomics, blueprints of black power, and we still behave as though we have no way out or no plan? The information is at your fingertips. Every last one of you probably have a smartphone, but a lot of people don't use it for the good that it can be. Let's go ahead and go to the, let's see, the next caller here. Erico 656, you're on the show.
Hi, hello.
What's going on?
Hello.
Yes, you're on the show.
Hi. My name is Matthew, and wait, could you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. I just wanted to say that yeah, I'm a Christian. I'm a religious Christian believer, and I just wanted to say like you know, white people, they're not considerate for black people, and I grown up in a white people house, like with white people. I've been in a foster home since I was 6 years old, and my stepmother, or my foster mother and foster dad, they like I had a brother, and he was black, and like they didn't really treat him right. They just treated all the whites, like all of us, like in proper respect, and I just want to say, cause like I know like all you guys are saying, like how like white people have no respect for black people, but I've considered myself like equal, like to everyone, and I just wanted to let everyone know that sorry about the way I'm talking. I just like threw up right now. I'm so very sick, and I just had sex right now and then suck my dick.
Now that's what they call to do. And that number, what was hold on, what was that number that just called? Is it still here? You heard them? This is the mentality of these people. Like, he's not embarrassing me doing that. He was sat there on that line for a while to do that. And instead of going to shows that he like, this is what he choose to do. That was, I didn't look at that. He's only proving my point. They have a sick obsession with black people. And see, when you do stuff like that, I was listening to his voice while I had a frown on my face. I never understand. They say these people are beyond me. They are beyond me. And it's kind of like you want to get the pimp hand with them real quick and say, oh, you sound like this? Click. And like, do we have to start acting like that? That's what we have to do? Well, see, that's what Sister Victoria is trying to do, but we're going to have to work some things out. And that's some of the reason why we kind of start fooling with calls, but that's fine. I mean, you start saying stuff like that, we'll get you off. It's no big deal. But like I say, they really just proving my point. That's all. Well, let's go to the next caller. Erico 42, you on the show.
What's up with it, Phil, man?
Man, you hear these obsessive devils? These devils will sit on the phone,
know,
man.
You already know, man.
That's why I say these people some devils, man.
They is really beneath this, man, for real. But anyways, though, man, let's talk about the forgiving part, man. You know what? I just sit back.
Hold on. What you say? Hold on, man. Hold on. I'm just laughing what you say right now. Hold on. That's why I was saying, man, these people ain't worth a drop of piss. Man, a drop of piss worth more than them.
For real, man. That's why, man. I sit back and watch your shows, man, and like I just really just sit back and look at it, like just shake my head, like wow, these people is really sick in their head.
Yeah, he sat there on the line doing all this talking, sound like he nervous. And then he gonna say all that at the end, like, okay, that's what you choose to say? I'm like, really? I'm like, you only proving my point that you just an obsessive devil.
Right. That's it. But anyways, though, I want to stay on topic real quick. But I just had to laugh at that.
Yeah, man, it was funny.
But anyways, so I just sit back, like, I don't know, man, black people, man, like, man, I mean, they mentality, man. Like, how could you really sit there and forgive people that's really just stabbing in your back, spit on you, kick on you? I mean, just do whatever they want to do to you, and you still turn around, sit there, and say you'll forgive them. Oh man, black people, man, they really need to get out of the mentality, man. They really, I mean, black people, we need to really get our mind right, you know, and know who we really are as a people, because we are great people, you know, and you know, and our biggest enemy is the white people. You know what I'm saying? They've been our enemy for years, and you know, and black people is still asleep. But you know, now I think we just really need to just wake up. You know what I'm saying? And get out of that forgiveness, because the white people is not going to forgive us now or in the future. So, you know,
it's nothing to forgive us. It's nothing to forgive us for. We ain't do them nothing. I can understand if we did something.
Right. Right. We don't even do nothing to them. I mean, you know, but you know, as history says, you know, I mean, we're great people, man, and they just cannot stand that. You know, and that's how the way I look at it, man. You know.
Yeah, I was reading one quote in here. They say you got them bringing up MLK quotes on why we should forgive. Like I say, but they never quote Dr. King the last 2 years before he died. They never quoted that. Then they're like, y'all,
right.
I'm like, they killed him. We didn't. Why are you quoting him and they killed him? I don't get that.
Man, I mean, it's just, yeah, man. I mean, but yeah, for real though, man, black people, man, we just really need to get it together, man. Get our minds right. And you know what, Phil? You know, I really feel like that, you know, we need to get back to the Bible too, man, to know who we really are as a people, man. And I feel like that our mindset will really, you know, be on this Bible and doing the work too at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely hear you. I hear you. But we got to make sure whoever teaching that Bible got to teach it right, and whoever teaching that Bible, teaching it right, definitely. They would definitely get out there and do something about this system, because they know this system is complete evil and heresy against God.
Right, you know, and you know, so I just feel like, you know, we just like us as black people, we need to get out that mind frame, man, because I know our minds is stronger than that, man. We just in this little BS system right now, which I know that we can, you know what I mean, get out of. You know what I'm saying? If we can just, you know, really get our minds right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you, bro. But man,
that's all I want to say, though, Phil, man.
All right, brother. I appreciate you calling.
All right, man. You have a good night.
All right, you too, brother. Yeah, boy. If we wouldn't get in trouble on YouTube, we'd definitely pay Mariah Carey obsessed right about now. These, like I say, these people are obsessed. Y'all don't realize, like, it's not easy being a black YouTuber. Let me tell you about that. I had a conversation with someone at YouTube, I think about a week ago, and I was telling them, you know, some of the things that go on the platform. But it's one thing to be a YouTube person and making YouTube videos, which every person deals with the trolling and X, Y, Z. Any person do that. But when you become a black one, then that's when the racism aspect comes into that. Like, you don't see all these other people that's making videos dealing with the racism that black people are dealing with. You know, the constant, like I said, they sit on your phone lines, they leave threats, they do all this stuff and make videos about you. And then you got, you know, Sambos and Coons making videos. And it's like, dude, you know, it's like, I don't understand people that do that, because I got too much time on my own platform to do things. How I got time to worry about other people? Like, can't stand these, you know, hateful, racist devils. Can't stand them. But I'm not going to go to their pages. I'm definitely not going to make videos about them unless it's something in the news. I'm not going to go to Stormfront Radio and sit on the line on a call-in show and just hoping to get on Stormfront Radio. Why would I do that? Even if I sat there for 2 hours, why would I do that? That's stupid. Let me go ahead and go to another call here. I was reading some comments right here. Area code 207, you on the show?
Good evening, Phil.
Yes.
Great to talk with you. It's Love My Father here. I was on your last broadcast with the thugs. It was, man, that last caller, man. Oh, well, the last caller before that, man. I don't know, man. The ignorance is real.
Well,
But,
they only proved my point.
There we go.
Go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm from Bronx, New York. So, two things. One, about that need for white approval.
Yes.
So I guess one of the angles that could come from is the problem we have within the black community that's very domestic. We know of the thug culture that's very celebrated, unfortunately. And when some people are, not conscious, but just aware that that's not just right, that's just not them, they know they shouldn't perpetuate that behavior, they sort of alienate themselves from the group and they judge the whole group because, we do live in a society which is reinforced by media, reinforced by the system to go anti-black. So when you have, a domestic issue with foreign reinforcement, it kind of pushes you to, go the other way, You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it kind of creates a coon mentality. Now, at the end of the day, it's a choice. I mean, you can't just say, oh, because of all that, you're going to become a coon. I mean, no. I mean, unless you're cooning to help your brothers out, like sort of like an agent for us.
No. I got to stop you. You don't coon for no reason.
Yeah, do you disagree?
You be a doggone man. To me, a coon is a coward because you're cowarding and bending your knee and kissing the feet of the white man because you feel that you can't compete with him or you're not better than him. So you're going to sit up there and be his lapdog. That's what you're going to be.
Yeah. So, okay. I'm saying because, multiple times we always, as black people, try to rise up and they kind of send in one of theirs to infiltrate us. We can't infiltrate them. You feel like we should just be a man and just, front and center.
I don't want to be around you enough to infiltrate you. And yes, it's like for me, I'm the type of person, I have the attitude like this. I trust no man but God. So any person I meet, I'm always wondering about what they got going on, why they want to talk to me for. Well, what's the angle? I'm always trying to figure it out about people. I'm like that. And that protects me from a lot of people.
Exactly.
So.
Exactly.
The problem is I'm not accepting it to everybody.
Right. Exactly. Because I agree with you on that. I was just saying because a lot of times it's always some type of way to infiltrate, So I was just speaking on a
let's talk about infiltration
manner.
Okay. You want to talk about infiltration. You need to get a white person to infiltrate them, not a black.
Exactly.
I mean, if you want to do it, they don't send white people to really infiltrate the Panthers and everything else. They send black people. So it's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. I appreciate it. I got to go to the next call.
Yeah, but
bro, I got to go to the next call. I appreciate you.
Forgiving.
I told him I had to go to the next caller. Sorry about that. There's other people waiting.
Forgiving.
I told him I had to go to the next caller. Sorry about that.
Turn down your radio. Okay. Well, he don't hear me. Area code 773 on the show.
Hey, Phil, what's going on? This your girl Joma from Africa. I'm back in the U.S. doing my thing.
All right. Do it then. What you got going on?
All right. I just want to clear up a few topics here. The caller before the caller, the Caucasian, and the caller that just finished his call, the Caucasian, they just had their mother's breast in their mouth a little too long, so we'll excuse their behavior. And secondly, you want to know why all of our brothers and sisters are behaving the way they are, because it started from their mother's mother. They were in church preaching and praying, to this white Jesus. So we grow up thinking that we have to praise this white Jesus. But how can you expect your children, not just your male child, but your woman child, to respect you as a black man when you having them to worship a white father? So it does not start from, them getting guns and drugs. It's deeply rooted. So until you break the Willie Lynch syndrome that they are under, we're still going to have these problems. Simple.
I agree. So you think that we should go in our churches and put a more accurate depiction of Jesus, copper skin, woolly hair, in all our churches, and that would change the perception?
Well, I won't even agree with you on that, because back then when Jesus was, he wasn't, no cameras, no pens, no pencils. Where did they get the image from? I believe they were just using their imagination. And here's another point I'd like to make.
Sister, I gotta stop you. Sister, I have to stop you. I gotta stop you. They were writing during the time of Christ. They were drawing during the time of Christ, sister.
Exactly. They were drawing. They were drawing
and writing as well.
Very beautiful paper, the papyrus, and on the walls, right?
Sister, they wrote in all kind. They had paper back then, sister. They had all kind of stuff.
Did they have color, brother? Did they have color pencils?
Yeah, color pencils. They had paint to paint. They had all kind of things back then. Like not the color pencil we got today.
Then I've been clearly corrected. Thank you for correcting me, because I didn't know that they had those colors to know what color that man was.
No, let me tell you something. No, what I mentioned. Give me a second. When I'm mentioning his color, I'm referring to scripture when I'm mentioning his skin tone. I'm not referring to what the white man painted.
Yeah.
I'll say in the Bible, in the book of Revelation, I'm talking about the book of Revelation, described him as having copper skin and woolly hair.
Yeah. Yes, it does. Olive skin. Yeah, it does. Okay, so I'm going to be very brief because I'm not going to hold you too long because you got a line of people that want to talk. Another thing I did a little research on.
Yes.
And maybe this should be known knowledge for that white God that they're all worshiping. I looked that letter J up, and that letter J has only been around for 500 years. So I did a little further research and looked up that letter Y. And that letter Y has been around since eternity. Now, they didn't have vowels and consonants back then. They only had pronunciations. So what the brothers and sisters really need to do is do a little more research on that man that they hold so high that they worship that they call JC, and look a little further to find out that true name, and that's where they'll find their answers to all of their questions. It's not in the white man. The white man has no power over us. The white man won't even be here in 2010. They have so many mutations going on in their body now. They did a statistic, and it's not even 15% of old white men alive. So these people are dying off. But what we have to do is take responsibility for ourselves and build our families and stop letting them grow like weeds and treat them like flowers. And then we will come out of our own situation. No one can fix that but us, Phil. No one.
I agree. That's why we have to do for self.
We can't blame one soul because we're the stronger generation. We're the stronger race. We're the stronger culture, whatever you want to call us. And we've accepted what they've dished us out. But when the war comes and we got to get to that battleground, they will not have a chance against any of the African-American people because we know we're stronger. Actually, I did a research on that, too, with Drake University, an all-white university. And they said that black people are the stronger race. That's why we excel so well in sports. We may not be the brightest, and that's only because we don't have that in our homes. But we do have quite a few bright African-American people. But I'm not going to get into it too deep, because I could go on for hours about this. I just wanted to throw that out there. I love your show. And, as far as these perpetrators trying to be something that they're not, they've been doing it for years. So don't be offended if they're calling you, because they're not doing anything but giving you more of what you need.
All right,
it's a media show. You need all the attention you can get, okay?
All right, sister.
So don't let it bother you.
All right.
Just continue to teach the brothers and sisters what they need to know.
All right.
That's what God pointed you out to do.
All right. Thank you for calling. But only one thing, like I said, I have to disagree with her on. I actually got a video about it, talking about. Let me see if I can even find that video. I can play it for you, and that way I won't even be making it up. Let me see here. What is? Let me check out. Is it this video or is it about the children? Let me see what this is here. Let me point it out here for a minute. Just give me a second. I think it is this video. Well, if it let it play. Let's see if I can put it over here. And then we can look at this video. Scene 2. Huh. I don't know why we have that there. Well, y'all going ham in that chat room. Oh no, that's something else. I'll pause that for a minute. That was about the Egyptians. You know what? Why don't we look at this video? Did y'all hear that video just right when it actually got started? Let's check that video out. How about that? We'll start back from the beginning. Cause that's something else. That's something else that they tell you too. It's about the Egyptians. Well, you know, that's another thing that we just saw. They like to say, you know, you'll see the movies and then you will see, oh, well, they'll have all these white folks playing Egyptians. And that's silly. And you had like that, what was that Richard Spencer guy had told Roland Martin that the ancient Egyptians were white? Like, I thought that was the funniest thing ever. But see, you have to understand, they put these images out there, and a lot of black people will believe that. And when y'all talk about Christianity, Caucasians never created a religion. And actually, if you do the research on who even the true Israelites are, and I'm not a Hebrew Israelite, so don't even go there. The true Israelites is actually the black man and black woman. Look at where the first Israel was at. The first Israel was in the area of Ethiopia. And if you know Old Testament scripture, you know the first Israel fell. The Israel that you have now, the European adopted Judaism. They're not the Hebrews. I mean, but that's a whole different story. Now, I don't want to get into all that. But let's go into the, let's see here. Y'all give them too much credit. Really too much credit. Say that about a religion. Erico 310, you on the show. Erico 310, you on the show? All right, you ain't gonna talk. I gotta move. Erico 918, you on the show?
Hey, I was listening to your show. It sounds like a good show, but your title, The White Validation, and I've worked in many different areas. I think if you have a white friend that doesn't realize privilege, or maybe they're not white and they're just privileged, to say something like, my equality should not threaten you, because that really can wake up a white person. Speaking from a white person's perspective.
Okay, hold on. So you're a white person.
Yeah, I'm white.
Okay, well, I don't want to assume who people are. Okay, so.
No, that's cool. I'm fine with that.
Okay, so.
But that did make me think when someone said that, that it was a white person that you said that a minority's equality or them getting their equal rights should not threaten a white person. And I think that's a bold statement. I think that's something
okay, well, do you
white
think,
person can really consider.
As a white person, why do you think white people are threatened by that?
Because we've had centuries where we've had this privilege. I mean, it's been bred into us. I come from a planter family. Just the vernacular, our verbiage, our dialect, our literature, it's all there. And it's a switch in the thinking of the mind, in my opinion. I grew up in an affluent neighborhood. I grew up in oil, and they definitely are elitist. And that's becoming epidemic, to become an elitist. It doesn't matter what shade of humanity you are. A person can become elitist once they get the power of the almighty dollar or real estate, whatever it is, political power. Sometimes people will become an elitist where they think they're better than maybe someone's religion, their shade of humanity. Maybe they're not part of the 1%. And those people really don't matter in their mind. The world is shifting.
Well, not to cut you off. Well, not to cut you off, because
sure.
You told me about privilege, but don't you think it's a little bit deeper than privilege? Because privilege is one thing, but why is it they are threatened by equality? Do you feel they can't compete with black people on an equal playing field?
I think it's been so ingrained in them that they think they're better than other people.
Oh, no, ma'am. That's not what I'm saying. I'm asking you, do you think they cannot compete with black people on an equal playing field?
Can you expand that just a little bit?
Okay, I will say it no. Do you think that the white people who fear equality cannot compete on an equal playing field with other people, let's say black people?
I think I would answer it like this. They would rather keep their boot on the faces of many people so they can continue to reign above.
So basically,
and it's ingrained.
So basically you're saying is, you're not saying it, but you are saying it, they can't compete on an equal playing field, so they have to make sure to cheat, supplant, and do whatever they can to stay ahead. Is that basically it?
No, I think they know intellectually that they can compete. You see, when it comes to, let's say we have a spiritual question. You cannot answer it with an intellectual answer. And there's that paradigm that it's a horrible paradigm, where they know that everyone is equal, equal pay for equal work, that we're just different shades of humanity. And I truly mean we're different shades of humanity. In order to be a shade, you have to have black for it to be a shade. Otherwise, it's a hue. And I just think a lot of them are just been elitist for centuries. It's a problem in my family.
Ma'am, elitism has nothing to do with, especially my community. It really don't. And even in the white community, elitism has nothing to do with it. Elitism just confuses the poor whites and make them do all their bidding. That's about what it is. And the poor whites do it hook, line, and sinker for the rich whites. But in relation to us, why is you have a hard time answering that question? It's like, do you think they can compete with us on an equal playing field?
Because I come from a different paradigm. Like my friend, her dad has been CEO of about 4 or 5 major oil companies, Phillips Petroleum included. And when I talk to her, it's very frustrating. It is so frustrating. She wants to be a normal person, but that elitism, where she truly thinks she's better than other people, and she doesn't even realize it.
Okay, well, let's ask a question,
ma'am.
To handle. You keep going into. Let me ask another question. Why do you think a lot of white people have an inherent bias toward black people?
I don't think it's just black people.
I'm asking about black people. I'm not
minorities.
talking about nobody else. I'm talking about black people. Why do we have an inherent bias toward black people?
Because they used to own them.
So
I think if you want me to be brutally honest.
I want you to be brutally honest.
Like,
very brutally honest. So you said it says they used to own them. So you feel that the bias white people have is because they used to be the former slave master, that they would really never treat us equal because of that.
Okay. I live in Tulsa, and we had that bad race riot in 1921.
Mm-hmm.
To this day, it still affects our community. The yes ma'am, no ma'am, that I've seen people be so bold in these different court cases that we've had where black men have been shot down in the street, that they'll say, and I'm going to be a little bit graphic, and they'll say, RNs, know their place. They know not to protest. I mean, and it's really bad statements, and they'll put it on Facebook.
Okay, let me ask you a question. When are they gonna know their place?
When are they gonna what?
Know their place?
Who?
The people you're talking about.
Oh, the white people?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's going to take a lot of work. And I've done a lot of work on these different court cases, like our former sheriff in Tulsa. I helped get a grand jury investigation into him. And that was not easy. He was the second most powerful man in our state. Was not easy. It's just going to take a lot of hard, dedicated work by many different kinds of people. It's got to be a group effort to change these paradigms. And education, I think, is key.
No, I'm going to tell you what's going to change it. What are you going to do to change it?
Well, what I have been doing, working on different cases. And trying to expose and talking. And I work with Oklahoma Policy Together Oklahoma, We the People Oklahoma, and that we don't get any funding, We the People Oklahoma. And we've made a difference. The Eric Harris case that was in Tulsa would never have been in the courtroom had it not been for We the People Oklahoma. I was out on the street with the protests and doing different things, getting signatures for we had a petition to get that grand jury investigation.
Well, let me ask you a question
There's
about
only 6 states that allow you to do that.
Well, let me ask you a question about the We the People of Oklahoma. Are you part of the group that's on the header?
I used to be heavily involved. I've had some medical problems, and I lost everything in a fire in January. I still work with them. Mark Lewis is a really, really good interview. MARQ and then Lewis. And he's going around the country telling people and showing people how to be a political activist, how to make change in your personal community. Because everybody can do what We the People of Oklahoma did. You just have to organize. I cannot stress how strongly organization is.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at the website right now. That's why I'm just, as you was talking.
Oh, he's fabulous. He does a lot of hot topics every night on his Facebook page. And, he's woke. I mean, he's completely woke. And we didn't have anybody that would step up. He was from North Carolina. And we got him to lead the group. Because, he was a really good interviewer and a hard worker. And, oh, my gosh, such a hard worker. And we had all different types of shades of humanity, if you will. And
Well-
then some of the things that he's done, I mean, they were groundbreaking.
Well-
People are looking to Tulsa now to see how to change a community because it is changing. It's just a lot of hard work.
Okay, so basically what you're saying is y'all working with We the People Oklahoma, and y'all working with the criminal justice system. But in the meantime, to that work, do you think that black people should kind of, watch themselves and kind of keep the distance away from these white racists?
Well, I think not reacting to them is key because they want that reaction. That's what they're going for. And when you give them a reaction, you're feeding the trolls, the racists, whatever label you want to put on them.
Okay,
the people that want that reaction. Stay focused on your topic, stay focused on your passion, and do not let these small things, these small minds, deter you from it.
Well, let me ask you, what do you define as like not to respond to something? I mean, like, I can care less what name they call me, but let's say you had the case of the Confederate flag waving people, we call them devils, that's what they are, and guns at a child's birthday party. Should they ignore that?
No, that should be in a court case, and the law should be applied, and I think they should go to jail. To me, that's a terrorist act.
Okay. So what should we be ignoring then? I'm trying to figure out what do you mean by we should ignore them? Like, give me an example of something we should ignore.
On social media, or let's say, like I had people send me messages where they would say, I know where your mother lives, your family isn't happy with what you're doing, so I just called the police and made a report. If it's something like that, then call the police, and do not engage with them. Do not engage because it can get ugly fast. Just be smart. If your child was being faced with that, would you tell them to confront? You just ignore them. A lot of times they'll just go away and try to find another target.
Hold on. You asked me a question.
For targets.
Ma'am, let me ask you a question about what I tell my child. Confront what?
Well, let's say a lot of kids are getting cyberbullied.
Okay.
And I'm strictly talking about social media. There's a lot of threats that come through on social media, and some of these idiots don't realize that there's laws. You cannot threaten people, even through social media. There's laws popping up everywhere in different states. So call your police. Say, are there any laws? Sometimes they'll have a cyber crime area for your city, and a lot of people don't realize that. Find out what your resources are in your city and use them. There's also usually go ahead, sir. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, I was going to say I'm going to have to move on to another caller, but something you said stuck out, and I appreciate you saying that. And thank you for your call.
Yeah, contact Mark. He's a great interview.
All right, thank you, ma'am. The one thing she said that stuck out with me is that they treat us like that because we are the former slaves. That stuck with me. That stuck with me big time. And I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. She just don't know how much I appreciate that and how much that actually helped me a lot, and why we have the problems. Well, I can listen to a person talk and I can keep my mind listening to other things. See, some people get distracted with that. I don't. I usually keep my ears on certain things. Oh, well, did y'all hear something about Rachel? I don't know who y'all talking about. Did y'all hear about Rachel Dolezal? They said that now she on food stamps or something like that. Now let me ask you a question. How would y'all think an interview with me would go with Rachel Dolezal? If I could get a hold to her. Well, the person said include herself with the ancestor. You should. I think that's honest to do that. No, she actually changed her name for I heard to some African name. Well, see, last year I was trying to get I had my people trying to get a hold to her, and we got a hold to her at the time, not her, but her people, and they were saying, well, she'll do interviews again when her book comes out or whatever at the time period. Because I want to know, how did she get to that point, and why did she feel that's okay? I just want to know, because I've never heard that before. But at the same time, I think, and I said it in my video about her originally, and I still say it now. You can't sit up here and talking about accepting Bruce Jenner being Caitlyn and transsexuals, but you won't accept this woman. You can't do that. Why is it wrong for her to do that versus the other ones is right? That's the only thing I'm saying. If you want people to be who they are and what they were born, then we need to go ahead on and say it all. We can't pick and choose which one. That was my position from the jump. Yeah, that's I like I said, and I think her story, they just never asked her the right questions. I think it was quite interesting because she got a African American studies degree. She was teaching this, and I know you had two different arguments. One say, well, she was lying. Of course, the white folks were mad she was lying. I think the white folks were more hot with her than black folks because I know they were like, oh my God, she actually wanted to be one of them. She actually walked away from all the privilege of being white to be one of them. I mean, that's what they were mindset. They were freaking out. And do you know that white folks is happy? Of course, some black folks, but there's a lot of white folks that's happy that she's struggling and she on food stamps. Like, the celebrating that. I'm like, what the hell she do to you? If anybody should be mad, it should be black folks. What you mad about? Jesus Christ. Let's go to the next caller. But like I said, that was interesting, that last caller. Area code 656, you're on the show.
Hi, hello, I love you.
What did he say? Now that call was on there for a long time. Like, what did he say? What did he say? I'm still trying to figure that out. Some caller that called, let me see, when y'all do that, if I see it, that's 656-502-4782. That number? Why are you trolling? Yeah, you're right. They are moist. How you gonna set up on a man's show, call another man just to lead that sort of thing? Y'all need some fathers, man. Area code 678, you on the show.
Yes, sir. This is Chad. How you doing, Mr. Advice Show?
Oh, Lord. Chad, what's going on, man?
Nothing much. I really, I get you're talking about Rachel Dolezal, right?
I was.
Yeah, I mean, I get, from your perspective, I see why it's harsh to go on her. But I mean, she tried to basically steal our identity, and I don't see it any differently, as Native Americans try to steal. I'm sorry, not Native, as white people try to steal the identity of Native Americans. So it's pretty much the same to me. So I mean, I don't care either way. But I mean, if we ever get reparations, she might be trying to get it because she's 2% black. So
she did her DNA. She's 2%.
Probably.
Oh, I thought you had some sort of figure on that. So what's on your mind, man? I know it's more than Rachel Dolezal.
Yeah, I'm just trying to. I just wanted to see, because your show said white validation, and it's just getting old at this point, dude. I mean, the Oscars awards and what's going on. I mean, I don't know why we want to be accepted by these people so much. I mean, my God, it's just so self-defeating, man.
It is. I don't understand it. I just don't understand it. Like I said, I don't want to sit there and want to be accepted by a group of people that will sit there on a phone line and troll on black shows. Like, go to Stormfront. You know, I don't want to sit. Like I said, these people are not the ones I'm looking up to. I'm sorry, they're not. That's why I don't understand black people. Some black people are crazy as hell.
And now the black community is doing better now because we won more awards at the Oscars. Even though almost every role at the Oscars, it's a stereotypical role, but okay.
Yeah. Something that's anti-family, stereotypical, whatever. That's what they like. You know, they didn't even give Birth of a Nation not even a nod, and that was actually a good movie.
Yeah, and just a shout out. I know he listens to your show, Mr. Superboy. Shout out to him for defending Nate Turner. I'm sorry. Nate Parker. Nate Parker. Nate Parker. You know, I watched that movie. I can't wait till it goes on DVD.
It is on DVD.
That was just.
It's on DVD.
It's already on DVD.
Yeah, I just bought it like 2 days ago.
Okay.
They selling it right there in Walmart.
Shoot, okay, I'm about to get it right now then, because I have a 24-hour Walmart. But you know, it's just.
Hold on a second, Chad. Hold on a second, Chad. Hold
yes,
on.
Sir.
Ain't a white dude on the phone. I know him. It's a black dude on the phone. It thought you were white. You seen that? Chad, still there?
Yeah, I'm here, sir.
No, I was saying they thought you were white. They're like, he's not white.
Wow. Okay. Okay. I'm a black man, people. I'm a black man.
So let me ask you a question: Are you supporting Donald Trump?
Yes.
He's supporting Donald Trump. Why are you supporting Donald Trump?
Now I'm gonna get cursed out and called a coon. I know what's coming. I'm gonna praise for impact.
I didn't call your name. I just say why you supporting Donald Trump.
No, I'm talking about people who might call in, not you.
They said you must be a rejected black man. Are you a rejected black man?
No, I'm a black man that saw his 10-point plan for Black America. I wasn't going to go for Hillary. Gary Johnson was a buffoon. Jill Stein had no chance, and he is delivering with the HBCU executive orders, so that's a good sign. But
stop. Hold on, stop right there. Let's talk about the executive order. How much money those black colleges getting out of the executive order?
$25 billion.
$25 billion in the executive order. Let me double check that, because from what I heard the other day, he was talking about putting a priority on it. But let's see.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and what else? What other reason why we looking at this? What other reasons you supporting Trump?
That pretty much the 10-point plan and for Black America, and because I'd rather give him a chance than Hillary Clinton, and I know that there's some stuff that needs to talk about, like Little Rock. I'm sorry, I'm confusing things. A little bit tired today, like the Central Park 5 and the housing discrimination, right? But I'm just saying that I'm willing to give him a chance, because if you research both of their records, at least Trump is actually trying to make amends for that, while Hillary was basically going to sell us on a river. So that's pretty much the reason why I went for Trump and gave him a chance.
And you say hold on, and you say that you impressed with Trump right now?
What's the executive order?
Well, I didn't see nothing about no $25 billion. I know that they say on annual revenue they get $5 billion of revenue from the government annually, spread out to 101 HBCUs that qualify for federal support. Now he's creating a separate division, because usually it's through the Department of Education, where they do certain things at. So I'm looking for that $25 billion you're talking about. I'm going all through this. I didn't hear nothing about no $25 billion because it was like this. If I heard Trump gave him $25 billion, I would have to actually give Trump props on that. I say, okay, well, Trump did a good thing. If he do something good, I say he do good. But I just want to look and see,
right?
You know, what he was talking about, because I'm looking for that money and I don't see it, brother.
Okay, well, let me look myself because I heard something about
because some
websites, but
I'm reading his release
yes, sir.
from the Roosevelt Room on WhiteHouse.gov, and I don't see nothing about no $25 billion. But I don't know. Like I said, I don't see it. But I don't know. Like for me, I'm just not saying much about Trump, but I'm sure watching what Sessions is doing. Are you impressed with Sessions?
Sessions is. I heard that he actually was talking to Russia. So basically, beforehand. So I don't know if he's going to get if he's committing perjury or if he's going to get out of that. But the weed thing and the prosecuting for weed, you know, that's a little bit too much. Same thing with putting feds in Chicago. You know, but maybe he's just saying it to rile people up with that. But with Jeff Sessions saying about the weed, you know, but the immigration issue, I agree with going against amnesty.
So you agree with him removing civil rights lawsuits from police departments? You agree with that?
No.
Because that's what Sessions just did that. Do you agree with him saying that they need to go back to private prisons?
No.
Okay, so that's 2 for 2. Do you agree with him dropping the case against the state of Texas for the extremely strict voter ID law, where a Republican judge said that voter ID law is extremely discriminatory against Black and Latino voters? Do you agree with that?
He went against the voter ID law, you said?
No. The government, the Department of Justice, was bringing the court, along with other voting rights groups, the state of Texas, because the voter ID law they created was so horrible to disenfranchise people. Well, when Sessions got in there, he withdrew the Department of Justice on that case. And even a Republican judge has, in an appellate court, said that law is extremely discriminatory against Blacks and Hispanics. So do you support that action?
What I'll say is you shouldn't have. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
You support that action of him withdrawing from that case?
I don't support him withdrawing from that case. I think it needs to be looked at. But with the voter ID law, I need to look more into that because I don't understand how they it's a discriminatory because a lot of people don't have the particular IDs. Why the voter ID law is discriminatory against Black and Hispanics?
Like I said, if a Republican judges are saying it, then this is what they want to do. They want you to get a separate ID, which they will give you free, but a separate ID for you to go vote. You're an American citizen. You don't need all these different IDs to go vote. Separate from driving license, all this other stuff.
Separate ID?
So, yeah, it's supposed to be like a separate card.
Okay, then that's wrong, and he shouldn't have done that.
That's why. That's what I'm saying. So,
but yeah, thanks for telling me that.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So Trump picks Sessions, and you don't agree with Sessions. Do you agree with Bannon?
Bannon?
Yeah. Do you agree with him in his position?
On some things, yes.
You agree with Steve Bannon, a well-known white nationalist.
When it comes to immigration and illegal immigration and vetting people who might come here, and illegal immigration affects low-income or middle-class Black people the most.
Actually, them immigrants ain't affecting you. Them folks is disenfranchising you, creating them laws. That's who's doing it. Ain't the immigrants that's creating laws and vetting people. The immigrants ain't the one that go shoot up your schools. Did an immigrant go shoot up the Mother Emanuel Church? See, you notice with them people, everybody's a problem except them. You ain't figured that out, brother? It's in black people. It's in brown people.
I'm talking about the illegal immigration issue that affects some black communities. I'm not talking about an overall issue. I agree with you that there are white people. You're talking about Dylan Roof, right?
And people like him.
Yes, and people like him, yes.
And they're all over this country, but they're not trying to ban them. Why don't we get executive order banning them? I support Trump on that. That's the only thing I'm doing. That's the only thing I'm doing. Like they didn't get no where's their immigration papers to the Native Americans? Well, what they when they came out the caves over here, well they didn't get no immigration papers. Matter of fact, what came over here was the worst of Europe. The best of Europe stayed over there with the Queen and the King.
Mm-hmm.
They sent the worst of the worst over here, and that's why we got what we got. That's history. They let people out of their jails to come over here.
You're right.
I mean, so I don't know. Like I said, once again, I don't support anything these people trying to do to other people. I'm not saying I'm gonna be screaming about it, but I don't support it because I know where it comes from. What they're trying to do is trying to keep those brown people out and those Muslims and all these other groups out because of their low birth rate. They're declining. They're dying off. Heroin is killing them off. Crystal meth is killing them off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they like I said,
the
suicide rate's killing them off. And I believe the Lord has cursed the womb of they women. I believe that because barrenness is a curse. Call me whatever you want, but why? Why is that happening?
It's freedom of speech, so you can say anything you want. But I'm saying that. I mean, even Francis Cress Welsing already said about the low birth rates. It's been like that for years. But what I'm saying is that the problem of illegal immigration does affect you and me and people who might be on the lower income, and is actually proved to go by this. So that's what I'm saying, because we are being displaced. We're not only being displaced by with city gentrification, we're being displaced by legal immigration as well as gentrification. So we're getting both.
But
I focus on both.
I don't understand that, because you say we're being displaced, but who is stopping us from, like, I've seen what these folks do. Who's stopping us from actually us black men? I'm talking about black men. We supposed to be taking care of our families. Who's stopping us from going out and getting jobs? But see, the problem is we don't want to do certain jobs. Unfortunately, some of us don't.
You're right.
I mean, we got to humble ourselves a little bit if we want a job. I mean, shoot, all of us want a $30, $40 an hour job. Sure, yeah, we all do. But it's not happening like that. And if you want to call it what it is, why we don't have no jobs, is because of the corporate, people who are white that's shipping all the jobs off and all the manufacturing to China.
Shipping all jobs out of seas and using low wage labor.
Yeah, yes. Out of China, Mexico, Vietnam. Look on the back of your shirt. Yes. That's where all the jobs are at. But that's the thing. Nobody want to blame that. They didn't even talk about illegal immigration, right? You're talking about how it affects black people. Why is it that Trump, you're talking about building a wall, but why he won't lock up these white folks that own these companies to say, hey, you hiring and harboring illegal immigrants, so I'm going to put you in jail? Why he won't do that? That will stop it.
He should do that, but he did say that he's going to put tariffs on companies that try to do that. But he should lock up people who do use illegal immigration. You're right about that. Yes, sir.
They never mention locking these white business owners up. They'll put up a wall. They'll spend billions of dollars on a wall, but they won't put a white man in jail. Y'all need to pay attention to that. That's all thing I'm saying. But brother, I'm gonna go ahead and move on, man. It was good talking to you. It's been a while since I heard from you, man. Yeah, but
good to hear from you too, sir.
All right, man. Yeah, I've been knowing that young man for a while. Like I said, I'll listen. I'll listen to everybody's point of view. Like I said, even like I said, I have, even if it's a difference of opinion, I can listen to that. I can hear, if a person's a black Republican, I can listen to them and have a conversation with them. As black people, we need to have conversation with each other. We are talking about unifying and all this other stuff, but it's going to be black people that may not agree on certain things. We need to have conversations, find out if something is in error, is something that we need to replace some facts with. Because unification, you're going to have to unify with all kind of people that don't think like you. Not everybody going to be super pro-black. Not everybody going to be about the cause a certain way. You're going to have to kind of talk with different people to get them online. And this unification that y'all talk about, you're going to have to learn how to accept everybody except those who are truly cooning and samboing. But you're going to have to talk to each other and not get angry and upset and just hang up on people. We can't do that with our people. You get what I'm saying? And like we had that conversation just now, right? Certain things that he didn't realize, right? Or didn't pay attention to. That's called having a conversation. And he's a young man, so he got time to, over the years to think, like I had time over the years to think and see certain things for what it is. Well, you say jack up the flow. Like I said, for me, the flow is the conversation, and conversation can switch. It's fine. It is what it is. Let me see. We'll go to the next caller here. Area code 656. You on the show?
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's going on?
Hey, I'm the one that said I love you, man. Oh, my bad, man. My phone died right when I said that. It was in the troll, man. Sorry about that.
Okay, thank you. Okay, let's go to the next one. They hang up? Are they on the show? Huh. Is someone on the line?
Hello?
Yes. You on the line?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, hi. Yeah, so to talk about the topic.
Yes.
People tend to see social subjectives as the reality, because the main thing is social engineering. White people have created a system through racist policies, discrimination, and violence, and place themselves in high positions in education, jobs, owning land, in the government, and such, and kept us as an underclass. So by them being in high positions and owning stuff and owning institutions and being on TV, that in itself, subconsciously and consciously, psychologically, makes us believe that they are superior, that they are better than us because they're the teachers, they're the managers, the CEO, they're the actresses, the actors. When we see them in those high positions in society, that they socially engineer, through policies and violence, etc., that affects us mentally, where we think that they're superior.
So
but they're not at all.
The answer to that question, which this is something I do. Don't watch TV. I'm very selective on what I watch, and I watch things for either entertainment purposes or I just want to watch maybe some of the news, and I'd rather watch even the news on TV because everything is through my phone. But if you learn just to not watch TV or just be very selective on what you watch, that would cut out a lot of their propaganda. And I think as black people, we just need to shut that TV off.
Absolutely. And they aren't superior whatsoever. They have to create a society. They have to socially manufacture a society that puts them into high positions, because in reality, they are imperfect. So without all these mechanisms in place to put themselves above us, they would be for what they are, just human, imperfect, imperfect human beings. I'm not gonna say that we would outcompete them, but most of them wouldn't be able to compete with us, just like most of us wouldn't be able to compete with them. They would just be, human, imperfect. But they have to create a society that tells them that they are superior. So we black people, we need to understand that we are very special. That we though, even though they have these mechanisms in place, we still obliterate them in terms of entertainment, sports, music, culture-wise. Even we invented things that they stole, and created patents and stuff like that. So
okay, man, I'm gonna have to cut you off.
We need to understand.
Okay, I'll try. I gotta go. I gotta cut you off. Let's see, because now we on the stretch. So I'm gonna tell everybody that's just one question. Let's get it, cause I gotta go. Airco 386, you on the show.
And I don't care, woman. I will beat the hell.
Okay, cut that one off. Anyway, these people is so funny, boy. I like that. Airco 727, you on the show.
Hello?
Yes, you on the show.
Oh, yeah. I just wanted to chime in. I was looking up one of Claude Anderson's speeches, and I don't know if you're familiar with him.
I am.
But he pushes for black people to have, like, you know, their own economic communities. So I just want to know if you knew about the Blues Town up in Chicago.
Give me about the 30-second version of it real quick.
Yeah. It's basically just a lot of the business people up there, they put their businesses together in Chicago, and they created this place called Blues Town. It's like a 4-corner block, and they're growing out as we speak. They put people playing saxophones and trumpets, stuff like that. So it kind of marks it as a black area. And I guess comparably it would be like Chinatown. So it's I just want to put on an alert that that's what it was. So anybody in Chicago looking to do business, look up Blues Town, preferably move your business to Blues Town, and get that place popping up there. I think other cities should do the same thing.
Okay. All right, man. Well, thank you for calling. We gotta go to another call. All right. Let's see here. We got a little bit of time left. We're probably gonna go ahead and at least wrap. Let me unplug this. All right. Anyway, so guys, I'm looking in this chat room real quick. No, like I said, I'm just looking here for a minute. I just wanted to end those calls because that was enough of that. And Blues Town Marshall, yeah, okay. He said Ike Turner. I don't know about any of these people. Sometimes they be calling, but one thing earlier, I'm still going back to that lady that called earlier. She could not answer the question when I said that. Do they fear competing on an equal playing field? I mean, boy, she was deflecting that question like the Dikembe Mutombo. For real. That was funny. You say you had a legit question? What is your doggone it? Why you didn't tell me you was on the line? You didn't tell me you was on the line, Shayla May, 86. I can get you on the line, but email me real quick your number and I'll get you on the line. If you have my email. Yeah, she was. She was definitely avoiding the truth. But I do like this what she said about the slavery part. My email is theadviseshow@gmail.com. Man, don't be putting nobody's address in the chat room, man. Come on, dude. That's not even cool. Don't do that. That ain't your address. Don't do that, bro. I hate when people do that crap, putting people's information out on chat rooms and stuff like that. No, they can't compete. That's why they think about it. I was looking at how much they spend on military spending. Like, they spend more money on military spending than anybody in the world. Nobody's even attacking them. You get what I'm saying? Like, they're so afraid. I mean, they're fearful people. Okay. Let me get you on here. Let me see here. Just give me a second. And I will get you on here. Yeah. All right. Anyway, give me a second, and I will get you on the line. Just let me. What in the world is this? Yeah, code orange, huh? Next week. Hey, Shayla May 86. Call that number for the show. Now I got you. Now I know what you're calling from. Call that show number, please, and I'll get it. Okay, I think I see you. All right, I got you. All right, Sister Shayla May, you on? Okay. Right. Sister, you got to lower it down.
All right, Sister Shayla May, you on? Sister, you got to lower it down. All right.
Hello? Let me. Was that her that talked about?
Hello?
Let me email her because she said she had something she wanted to say. What's going on in that chat room? I'm not even looking. Who y'all calling cokeheads and crackheads and? No, that's not what I'm looking for. Okay, 618-59. Hold on. Okay. All right. I thought I picked up the wrong line, sister. How you doing?
Hey, Phil, don't be announcing my cell phone on the live feed.
No, I'm not going to announce your full number. I say 618. Come on now.
All right. Hey, Phil.
Hey, what's going on?
I've been a long time subscriber of yours.
Well, thank you.
I was conflicted about one video you made.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that black guy who confronted that interracial couple in the restaurant.
Yes.
Okay, and I know you believe in us separating from whites or whatever. So I feel like, how can we separate from white if we're dating them? Like, how does that work?
Well, this is you want to know my full position. This is my full position. I believe that black people need to take care of themselves and work on their issues. You're going to have to deal with other people, regardless in this country. You can't just be to yourself. Now, what I didn't agree with the situation was you walking up on two strange people I don't know that you don't know the situation, what's going on, we're going to start talking to them. My thing is, okay, if you don't believe in that, then you don't do it. You can't tell other people what to do with their life, their genitals, whatever. That's how I feel about that. I don't have that kind of time to worry about other people. Some people are just not going to get it, and that's fine. You got to have to move on.
Do you feel that dating interracially is productive though?
Productive? I don't think this is what I tell guys, and I'm going to tell you like I tell all of them. I think personally, you should make it easy on yourself, and I think you should date within your community. But if you can't for some reason, then I would suggest a person of color. That's what I say.
Person of color as in what?
Person of color
Sorry,
as
I might
in
be asking
a person of color as in what we consider color. You got Asian people as person of color, Hispanic people, Native American people. You got all those different people. That's what I suggest. And make sure they're not a coon or a Sambo. That's how I look at it as well. You marry a black person and they can be a coon. You can marry Stacey Dash and now you're going to become a coon too. She black. You can marry Larry Elder if you're a woman. Do what?
Yeah. I said true, but I don't swing that way.
Well, and that's fine. You shouldn't. Don't swing that way. Don't do it. That's why I tell people everybody's different in our community. We're gonna have to accept there's differences. You're gonna see some people did think this way, some people think that way. We can't say we all have to think one way. Like the other brother Chad that was on. I was looking at the comment section, right? You got to talk to that brother. You got to figure out what he got going on. We all are different. Let's say if that dude that you was talking about in the video that went up to him, like he's still black. Maybe one day he may get it. Maybe he may not get it. We don't know. But at the end of the day, is he going to bring something to the table of the black community? Could he help black people? What if that dude become like a millionaire and really want to help the black community? Like, are we going to reject him because he with that female? As long as he's trying to help the community, that's how I look at it.
Okay.
I look at the bigger picture.
All right. Thanks for answering my question. That was the only question I had.
That's the only question you had. I mean, there's some people that they got this movement now, and that's fine. They say, well, you should only, date black people, marry black people. And that's fine. I think you should do that for self-preservation. You have to do that. And really, in this country or maybe different parts of the world, we really can't breed ourselves out unless we really purposely do that. Breed ourselves out. Because I think our genes are the most strongest genes out there. And the science backs that up. But some people are different. And we need to change the mentality in our community too, because some people are rejected in our community. Like some people may consider it weird or nerdy or, all the different stereotypes.
Right.
So what can we do to change that? Because some guys who are considered nerds or lames, how are we going to change that perception for those guys? Like with some of the ladies in our community. Because not every guy going to have that.
Well,
go ahead.
I was going to say I don't really know because I don't really judge people by being nerdy or whatever. I'm married to a black man, and he's not thuggish or anything like that. And I see the people in the comments asking if I'm white and stuff like that. What? So I'm definitely black. My husband is black. I guess people have an idea of how black people should be, and those are really stereotypes that are projected by white supremacists.
But also, but sister,
talk a certain way.
But sister, also, that's the slave mentality too, because why is it that we have to talk certain ways and you can't tell black people when you're talking to them. Like you can hear the inflection and cadence of somebody's voice, even if they speak in so-called white, whatever that means. You can still hear the inflection and cadence in black people's voice. Mm-hmm. And why would they assume you white when you ask a question about a video and you say you believe black people shouldn't be interracial dating. Like that's dumb.
I don't know.
That's dumb. Like I told me, and I before, I don't think it's productive. I can only speak from the black man's perspective. I don't think it's productive at all for black men to be marrying and dating white women. I don't think it's productive because I explained this. I said, when you go to work, you deal with some racism. How are you going to come home and explain that and even have that relate to her? She can listen to it, but what if you just pissed off and you just going in that day? She may get quiet on you all of a sudden. And she's like, well, I'm not that way, so why are you so angry? She won't understand it. And so,
right.
And since she won't understand
right. 9
it,
times out of 10, he's gonna pretend like racism don't even exist.
Exactly, because and then I've heard some people say, well, I'm not that way, and I don't understand it, and why do I have to get involved with it? And then you have a child, and then now you're gonna screw that child head up because it goes back to, well, my child's mixed, they're not black, and all. So just to prevent all that. This is what I say to a black man. That's the only thing that I say. Now, what other brothers do is their business. But I think at the same time, we should also, we got to embrace. I think we got a lot of things we got to look at and accept for us to come together in unity, though, sister. Because we got too many factions in our community. How can we come together when we won't even accept different ones?
Right.
Cause we can't just unify with the, well, I'm the Hoteps, and then, well, I'm the extremely pro-blacks, well, I'm the Christian, I'm the Nation of Islam, well, I'm the Black Panthers, well, I'm the, like, everybody's in these different sections, but we talking about unity. What's going to bond us together?
Well, that's the main thing that separates black people is religion, because all these religions teach us to only really associate with people of your same religious background. I know when I was really hardcore in Christianity, like that's what they teach you: don't be equally yoked, and if people aren't like you, then get from among them. So
yes, you're right.
And that's one of the reasons why I stopped going to church, because I felt like it was keeping me in bondage and keeping me from learning about myself. And keeping me from meeting other black people too.
Okay, so you separated. So you separated from the black church, and you feel. I mean, are you still? Do you have a relationship with God? Are you spiritual, or are you just kind of? I mean, what?
Yes, I'm a very spiritual person, but I need to get off this phone because my 3-year-old son just woke up.
Oh,
and
3-year-old.
He's probably about to start making noise.
Oh, all right. Good deal. Well, take care of the baby, and you have a blessed night, sister.
Okay, you too. Thanks. Good night.
Oh, good night. All right. Let's see here. Hold on. One more call. Hold on. Sister Victoria, I know you next. Are you on the line? I'm looking for you. Sister Victoria, are you on the line? Cause you say you're gonna call in after this call. What do I know? Why I'm not stupid? I'm trying to figure that one out. You say 2015, I changed a lot. Now ask me why that happened. Who's on here promoting dating white people? I'm trying to figure who's doing that. How am I ignorant? Y'all over here trying to make it about black men dating white females that they can't do whatever they want. No, it's your life. Do whatever you want. But my thing is, I just don't. That's not something I really advise for you to do. I mean, it's just, especially in this climate. And you heard what the lady called in earlier and say, they look at you as still as they slaves. Oh, let me see. Make sure I check. I think is that her right there. Oh, okay. Sister Victoria, you on the line?
Yeah, I'm on the line.
Okay.
Anyway,
I'm looking at. You say I got a question. What are your thoughts on black atheism? I don't like the university scoring we get. We're black just like you. Well, I mean, I have a position about atheism, but at the end of the day, like I said, in order to have global unity, we're going to have to unify under we're black, we in this together. We could figure out the religion, no religion, whatever you want to think later. That's our, I think, Sister Victoria, that you're listening, I think that's our biggest problem for unification. We don't know how to put aside our belief systems to come together under a community agenda. Well, I guess she said, hold on a second. Anyway, I think that's the problem. Well, I can't come together with a black atheist. I can't come together with a black Christian. I can't come together with a black Nation of Islam. I can't come together with a black person in the Panthers. I can't come together with a black person as a Hebrew Israelite. I can't come together with somebody that believe in the Kemetic teachings. I mean, like, we got to come together, man. What's the point? What's the point of having this talking about black unity and you can't and you gonna have to even come together with a person that's a black Republican? You may a black Democrat. You're right about that. We need to recognize ourselves as a diaspora. And even though you're a diaspora, you're still gonna have people that think different from you. And just because someone thinks different from you, we can't attack them and we can't reject them either. Let's sit down and talk with them and say, look, brother, sister, I disagree with this because of this. And that's it. Sister Victoria, you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Well, what you want to say? I can keep talking.
A couple of things. Number one, about that one lady who called. Yes. Who about the slave thing? Well, I think that's why we're in the position we are now. It's because we've ignored their blatant racism and we've just allowed them to pretty much run amok. We've become comfortable in a system of white supremacy. And I think this is why we're in the position we are now, because we're just so used to ignoring it. And they know we've gotten used to ignoring it. And another thing is, you have a lot of people who identify as white in your comment section who keep talking about, well, I'm white and I'm not like this, and just all this dumb stuff. And I'm just like, well, if you are white and you are not like this, why don't you actually pretty much kind of like how they all got together and started protesting for the Women's March? Why don't you get something together like that? Why don't you raise money the way people were raising money when Trump banned all the Muslim countries from coming into America? Why don't you do something other than get in your comment section and talk about how you're white and you are not racist? I see people all the time talking about, well, I'm not like this and I don't understand why black people are mad. And the thing about it is, it's like, well, why do you think black people are mad? Our anger is coming from your racism. If you stop your racism, we wouldn't be mad.
Yeah, and the nerve of them to even get upset. That's the part. Like, what are you mad for? We the ones should be mad.
Yeah, I think it's ridiculous because it seems like the more we call out their racism and the more we're exposing their racism and their diseased mindset, the more they think we're being racist towards them. When if they weren't racist, we would have no reason to call out their racism.
Well, we can't be racist anyway. What can we do other than call you a name That's about it. What can we do to disenfranchise them? We don't even have no laws that's oppressing them. All the laws that they have that they complain about, affirmative action, all these civil rights laws, all those laws were created to suppress the white nature of killing, oppressing, and attacking us. They didn't write them laws because of us.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's excuse me, it's crazy.
Yeah, but like you said, yeah, they always say that. I'm not racist. I'm not this. I'm not that. Okay, cool. If you're not cool, what are you doing? Like you said earlier, what are you gonna do about changing the system then if you're not that way? Don't just tell me that way because I want to see your actions. Because you'll say I'm not that way, and you go right back to living in this same system where it's not equal for everybody. This racial hierarchy where your skin color makes you at the top.
Exactly. But let me hop back into this comment section.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, you reading the comments?
Yeah. I'm about to hop back into this comment section.
How you gonna separate from when we live in the same country as them? 75% of them live nowhere near you. That's a fact. They separate from you for real. Damar from Compton. She got off the line. Okay. Damar from Compton. What's your number, Damar from Compton? Of all the first three area 6 numbers. What's your number? I saw what you said in that comment section, so this should be interesting. So I'm gonna have to get off this line. It's already 109 over here in my end. What's your number, Damar from Compton? Because I gotta go. Damar from Compton going once. I need what's your number? Okay, got it. I don't see an area code on my screen. Damar from Compton. Don't see it, guy. Nope. Well, like I said before, I see you. I see what you're writing, but I don't see you on my queue list. I don't see the area code. Well, I don't know, man. Look, check this out. You, them people in the comment section got you riled up. I ain't get you riled up. You do you, and even if I did, you do you. Right now, I'm gonna have to get up off of here because I gotta get up in the morning. Go on my trainer and everything. So he kicked my butt today. Oh, did he kick my butt today, y'all? It just that dude there. I tell you, but we a good dude. Other than that. I guess you guys can catch some of this on a replay. I see some people leaving numbers all on my comment section. Anyway, some of you guys can catch this on a replay. Did you major in journalism? No. Yeah. So, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. It's late, and I'll see you on the next upload. Have a good night. Kiss the babies. Love the family. And think about what we're saying about unity. There's many factions in the black community. You're not going to have unification if you want everyone to think like you. We got to come together on a black community agenda Yeah, put aside religion and different ideologies. Just think about that.